The following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1.
The jungle. Follow me. Follow me to the land where the toucans bawl and the fir trees call. You beckon in the soaring skies of humidity and the backdrop of wild serenity. The jungle is no place for a stroll. The floors we've been through and the ceilings we trailblaze boil down to this. A typical sight, the toucan, the majestic toucan in the jungle. A man that can put you to sleep and make the sand beneath have you weep. A player that is the most experienced in the jungle, and might I add, the best beacon show. There may be particles of dirt, but don't let the sand fool you on top of that beak. The experience is here. Introducing the Sandman. He beckons, a 94-time winner, a 3-time Final Fourist, and looking for his third finals appearance, Charles Sandman Sandfer. He's ready, but the vibe turns to a tall tree. A fir tree average lifespan is 400 years. This man has lived 200 to 400 years in this league alone. What has started in the ruts of D2 has now turned into royalty. He is the Tower, a figure nobody saw coming. A figure as tall as the trees he's grown from. A man that can be unspoken, yet soft-spoken. Introducing a 2-time D2 tournament winner. A now 2-time, that's right, 2-time, count of 1, 2, Final Fours in D1, and looking to make history in both D2 and 1 to make the first finale. You know it, and you know him and love him. It's the Tower, it's Tapir! The Sandman, first Tapir starts now. Let's get it.
Good evening, everyone. It is after dark. KT has set the stage for us. We appreciate that. And we are ready for our second match of the Final Four. It is a battle of sixes. The TOUCAN region champion, Charles Sandfer, and the FIR region champion, Tapir. Tapir, after a tough round one exit to now Final Four appearance, so was eliminated last night in Lane Sanders. Back in a Final Four, his fourth Final Four across both D1 and D2, and of course Sandfer really trying to push his way further into Super League after with more quality wins here late in the jungle. We bring it to the road, how these guys got here. You start with Sandfer, 18-7, won the TOUCAN region, started with that win over Aiden, and then brought it to in 5, and then defeat, and that this region chock full of names. You can see them all there. Those are all names we all know well. Obviously, you took down Aiden, and then you have what was one of the best of the round of 32, the Timber 32, took down 3 seed Cesar in 7, and then, of course, took down Peter, who busted into the fray after having a tough go at it this season, made his best run of the season, and Sandfer ended it in 6 in the Soil 16. And then the Evergreen 8 took down the top seed Tagoe in 7, and that probably one of his best wins on his resume this season. You look over at Tapir, won that FIR region, took down A. Rogers in 5 in round 1. Round 2, he took down his familiar foe in Cap in 6 in what was just a lightning quick series, and I don't think we still have fully comprehended that to this day. And I also the series against Ghost, which was also very entertaining to watch. In 8 against Ghost, the 2 seed in that one, and then of course took down the Super League champ Inyapez in 8 in the Evergreen 8 as well. So he comes in 18-9 in this tournament. You look over at the bracket. It will be a battle of sixes in the final as well as in this match coming up. Nam last night taking out Lane in what was a roller coaster of a series. 6-5 for Nam. He moves on to face either Tapir or Sandfer. And if Sandfer wins, he will have home field against Nam. If Tapir wins, then it will be Nam with the home field in that matchup. So we bring it in to the table now. Joining me, you just heard him, KT, back in the building. Appreciate him. And also we got Yoshi here as well. KT, gonna start with you. I'm gonna zero in on Sandfer here. I mean, he's beaten some big names this tournament, obviously, and he's really trying to get into that Super League discussion. He's definitely made that message clear with the run he's made here, but obviously just trying to get more wins and obviously trying to win a tournament as well would be great for him. Talk to me about about the mindset for Sandfer you think coming in tonight, as well as the keys for him to get the job done.
Well, he's the Sandman from the West, and we all know he's right now is the best and 94 wins in his career, right? But look, you got to think of Charles Sandfer. He's been around the block, right? Charles Sandfer has made a lot of strides in his career. I'll never forget that first series against Dark where everything was going right up 2-0, and then all of a sudden he got reverse swept, and he needed that humility moment. And you look at the humility moment from Charles Sandfer from that point on, he went on runs that nobody saw, specifically in this tournament last year, 1 year ago in T4, where he made the finale, and then we all know what happened, where he was playing a little bit of that scientist Sandfer. But I'm going to ask him a couple questions. Obviously, when we get to the question portion, I know we're going to have Yoshi talk about Tapir.
Yeah.
But you look at Sandfer, it's two things that I really see in his game that, to this day, that always impressed me, right? The number one thing is his patience. His patience is unbelievable. The way he never panics in a situation. We talked about him being one of the best composed players in all of the league. If you know Super League, obviously not many know, but if you know Super League, he was one of the best until that moment where the card luck wasn't in his favor. And the second thing I look at Sandfer's game that not a lot of people will appreciate, other than the power play, which is obvious, he's willing to take risk, and you don't even see it coming. You would think, it's Sandfer, man. He's experienced, right, patient, but he knows how to take those risks. His risk aversion management is some of the best in the league. There's not a reason I can pinpoint why it's good, all in the fact that it just comes down to instincts. And if he stays on instinctual level that we know Charles Sandfer's a 10 out of 10, he's going to be in a good spot tonight. But I'll hand it off to you, short, because we're doing something special, as we'll go to Yoshi here.
Yeah, and Yoshi, looking at Tapir here, this is you obviously one of the D2 commissioners. You saw this guy come bust into this league, made the finale, won what was February Flurry T1 D2, and that was only the beginning for him. And obviously he's made many strides, got an opportunity to join us in D1 on the showcase player spot, which ended up getting him into a Final Four. So this is now, he's played 5 tournaments in MRE Uno. He's made 4 Final Fours. Obviously, he had the round 1 out last tournament here in D1 in Masquerade May. Just talk to me about Tapir and what you've seen from him since he started his career down in D2 and made his way once again to this stage, and also the keys for him to get the job done tonight and move on.
D2 was a learning the platform for almost everyone who competed there. I mean, and for everyone else that weren't new, they kind of didn't do that well. Really, I think especially for Tapir, who played a lot of UU well, really kind of started with that kind of field, right? Because we had best of 5, so that's kind of like similar to UU well, right? And that definitely helped him move forward, getting past some players, and then when he started learning the power play, it kind of in a sense it became second nature, because it's like now he really, that's the moment he realized, okay, this is a different league now. I gotta learn some things, and then he learned it very quickly and figured out power play usage pretty well, giving him the win in T1, and then going into T2. I mean, it's really just about keeping kind of the pace of what you did in T1, and really seeing that people have learned from T1 and still being able to overcome that and still get the job done again. It's something you can't overlook, even though it is Division 2. Like there are some of those players out there, and Tapir is, especially in the finale where he really had to fight for it. Both of the finales that Tapir was in, he fought two players that he knew very well. So it was definitely a tough battle. Going into D1, I mean, his first loss was, of course, to Ashley, and I mean, Tapir's definitely a guy who takes losses really well, and for someone who who hasn't lost that often in this league, it's just very interesting to see. And you know, he started to question his abilities going into this tournament because of just sometimes he felt like he got luckier than his opponent. But I mean, now that he's here, he may as well try and go to the strategies that has worked out for him when he wasn't lucky, and just keeping his head in the game, which I think he can do for sure. This is going to be a good match though, because we have someone who's very experienced in UL and someone who's very experienced in MRE. I mean, and he's with the success that Tapir's had in UL, he's definitely going to give Sandfer a challenge. We'll see if he can get it done. He did well against Ashley, so you can never count Tapir out.
And of course, coin the turn of the +4 generator. I'm sure he'll be kicking that into gear tonight, no doubt about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you to you both. KT's got some questions for these guys. I'm gonna turn it over to him as we are getting ready to do battle here tonight.
Sandfer, I'm not going to ask you about what's coming down the pipeline, because we all know what happens if you win this series. So we're just going to ignore that talk. So my two questions are for this, simply this. One, out of all the players you faced, Aiden Smith, Peter Onjax, the likes of Cesar, you took down Tagoe, right? Now you play Tapir. Which player, in your opinion, gave you the most, not only a challenge, but what was the player you learned most that can challenge you for Tapir's draw steady style? And number two, I will ask a league historian question, because you are the league historian, right? Out of everybody you played in your career, excluding Dark, because that was your first matchup, who's the most enjoyable you've ever played? We'll start with you.
Interesting second question. In terms of who I've already played this tournament, I guess the best matchup would have to have been Cesar. That one was the closest. In terms of who's been the most enjoyable, I haven't played Cody, so that's out.
Yeah, dang, I got
I don't
Cody,
remember
my
who
man.
I've played now.
Yeah, you played some good names. You played Varigold. You've played big names.
I can't even say it's your game either, because yours, you were stuck on one thing. I knew it.
Quite on vacation. I was sipping stuff. Yeah.
Literally trying to go back through them.
Yeah, I gotta challenge you, man. Gotta challenge you.
Green presser.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't get a press conference with Sandfer.
I know.
I mean, the questions were answered, but only one Fane question came up.
Yeah, we ran out of time. That's okay. We're kind of doing it right here.
Well, yeah. Here's the problem. That's you doing that. I guess
Hey, man, you're our master experience maker. You know.
I have to bring up a notepad and look at who are all the people I faced.
Okay. Well, while you look at the notepad, I'm gonna throw two questions to Tapir. Tapir, look, you faced the gauntlet this year of not only having to deal with the midseason promotion. We obviously did our press conference. You talked about a big thing that I never even knew about was the farm, right? The farm to 10 acres. How many acres do you believe you're going to have to go through tonight? You're playing one of the most experienced player in the league, the most successful player in the league in terms of just this league alone. How have you been able to study or understand the man that is Charles Sandfer? And my second question simply is this. You've been in these high-pressure moments. We all talked about Ashley. You've taken care of business against Stefan twice in D2 in this final board moment. Obviously, you lost to Ashley. You beat Steph twice. This is your fourth rodeo. Do you start understanding a little bit more of a platform in terms of just your mentality and your pressure? You obviously had to overcome a little bit of adversity, right? Because this game was originally scheduled on Wednesday. Unfortunately, just couldn't happen, right? Due to some things we're not going to talk about. But have you just overcome that? You're at peace with yourself. What's your mindset coming into the night, knowing that you've been here before? It's your fourth platform. How you going to avenge? And your thoughts on just Charles Sandfer and how you go there? And back to you, Sandfer. We got an answer?
Yeah, I can't believe I wasn't thinking of it. It has to be DJ. I mean,
Oh, hell yeah.
Vibe and vibe,
Yeah.
so.
Another one.
That's it. Another one, Curtis, baby. Love it. I will get Tapir to answer his question and we'll be ready to go, for sure.
Of course, just like last night, best of 11. So the 3-3, 2-2-1 turn form. So games 1 through 3 are going to go to Sandfer, 4 through 6 through Tapir, and so on. Sure, I got the chat pulled up. And Cesar, if you had any opening thoughts, feel free to drop them in VC. Yeah, that would be cool. And yeah, thoughts on the match that we didn't already cover, but obviously with these two we have already, I'm sure we've gotten some good insights. Agree.
I guess I'll kind of fill the dead air here short. Well, listen, you got to think these two guys. Tapir has the most experience in D2. Sandfer has the most experience in D1 because Tapir's went the longest in D2. I'm pretty sure I think his win total was, I want to say close to 40 something wins, I believe. And you look at the way, something like that, right? Before he got promoted, you look at the way these two guys are going
18, yeah, 42 and 18.
He's got
Dude.
42 wins.
Did not lose in D2.
I mean,
he never loses in D2.
He still has the most series wins out of everyone, even with near like 4 tournaments in.
Goldie's the one who's closest right now.
Yeah, his record still withstood for sure. But back to what I was saying here, you got to look. There's two schools of thought, right? Tapir has said this in the past. Quote: "I'm comfortable in draw city." Right? Never rush to finish. Sandfer, he can do that sometime. The Tapir answer. I'll let you read that.
Yeah. Tapir says, I know I'm going to need to go through all 10 acres and all 9 yards. Sandfer is not to be messed with. He's a legend here, and that can be taken from him. I'm getting there, and a victory tonight will be another piece to the puzzle. Tapir's live in the rainforest and jungle. Tapir's live in the rainforest and jungle, excuse me. I'm built for Jungle July. I'm ready. Let's ride. Bang. Caesar, shockingly for a matchup this good, I don't have any opening thoughts. I'll just sit back, vibe, and enjoy the match. All right. Well,
I will say this, saying that there is some people that at least have said I wasn't quite legend status, so.
Yeah,
heat check right there. Oh, heat check.
Oh, we know plenty about that. But that's unfortunately not something to contend with at the moment. So, with that, I think it's about that time to get down to business in the Final Four. Game 2 of this Final Four. And it is going to be a doozy tonight, as well. As if the opening act wasn't good enough, here we go again. So, Caesar's going to be logging in the back there. KT, table call first. Let's go.
Sandman, the hourglass starts at the top, buddy. What are we going to do off the top in game 1?
Well, we both don't mind the mid tier. It's too early to go really low. He somewhat does good on the high ones as well. We'll keep it mid. Let's go with 9.
All right, perfect. Let's go.
Stingray with some thoughts. I think it's pretty interesting that both of these guys have pretty much nothing left to prove. Regardless, I think both players originally want to win anyways. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both these guys are proven players. That's a good point. But obviously, this is this is a big game regardless for both of them. Be big to make a finale, no matter who. And the series is underway with
And
a
there
green
is
+2. Here we go. The sportsmanship back and forth.
what a start to have, and what is going to be an interesting series here. Sandfer typically does not go for the early +2. We're going to see him play the green 9.
No doubt. Here with the 7. Playing it clean here. Good.
Okay.
It could come out pretty quick.
Guess a switch early. Pierre might, this body, I mean, it's not a bad idea to go aggressive, but, these two are going to try and not do that for as long as they can. Red 0 is an interesting move for sure.
Carry red 0 sugar on the board.
There's no crescendo moment anymore, Short. You got to understand, Yoshi. There's no crescendo moment. I always talk about the crescendo moment. There is none. At any point, firecracker, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get a 4-bagger, and what the heck?
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. We saw that with Nan last night. He had a 10-bagger at one point. That was after that was the extended draw city night.
We're keeping the Reds going. Haven't seen a draw yet.
I think that game was last night, just so you know.
Okay, we got a potential big run coming.
I'm saying I'm like imagining that these two are playing with like less urgency than the game yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I can see your point. I can see your point for sure. Yeah.
Interesting quick fire move by Sandfer after the table check, but it eventually forces the draw on both.
Yeah, but that was a good game last night, despite the stream being not up to good standards.
Has another 0. Pierre responds.
Well, I get what Sting's saying, right? You got to think Sanford's very accomplished, but you got to also think Sanford's had a rough season, right? This has been a terrible season by his standard. Even though he's got 8 wins, 7, 8 wins, it's terrible as we go to red 2.
Okay.
He has something to prove, and I think that's where he's going to be going. House money mode.
7 non-DQ wins, obviously.
All right, Sanford going to draw again.
Good ice played by Tapir.
Can run to the finish here, honestly.
Oh, check.
No, it's just a check situation now. I think for Sandfer, I mean, this is a tough situation because we saw earlier, Tapir went for that triple out of red.
I'm also very doubtful Tapir's last card is red because he's only played reds and greens so far. So I'm kind of doubting that.
Oh, well, that's gonna.
Sanford goes green.
Yeah, that should be a draw.
Ice.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a classic.
Filled out its red.
Wow.
Whoa.
Game 1, and we're already doing that.
Oh baby.
And then there's always the fear of there's always the top deck heaven that could have came into play for Tapir, but thankfully for Sandford, just he's gonna keep drawing, so definitely didn't get a top deck finish there, which is good to see.
9 consecutive draws, 10 now. That probably saved the game for Sandford, honestly.
Yeah.
I know, not really. He was pretty. I don't think Tapir had a red card at the end, so I don't think that was all that close. But damn, that is one hell of an equalizer.
Definitely gonna push them back for sure. Tapir at the OG and Sandfer at the 11. Maybe considering going for a play here just to try and catch himself back up, but he's gonna draw again. So
I think Sandford definitely thought about that for a while. Do y'all reckon he has greens that are just waiting in the wings to make sure that Tapir can't switch off of it?
Yeah, it could also come down to the fact that really neither player knows if they have. If they are both saving green, neither of them knows that the other is. definitely mind games are going to be coming into play now.
Oh yeah, no, you do make a good point. I do think that both of them have green right now, actually, because Tapir definitely likes to like hold out and wait. He said
They're both
pregame
content
he's
with Draw
comfortable
City.
in Draw City.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's always been one to be content in Draw City, and obviously, yeah,
He's
they're
gonna
just
wait.
You have to keep in mind of the limit though. If
Yeah.
Sandfer gets too high, 15.
he's checking that himself, so
Yeah, I'll be
drawing
fine.
to 42 again. Let's go.
no.
Well, we actually have a rule so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding.
He's just playing.
Oh,
no, yep, there we go.
my.
He's making his move now.
17
blue.
for Tapir.
Yeah, 17
Honestly, why? That's
Just 1 plus 4. I mean, there's
Yeah.
still 3 out there.
It's interesting he didn't save that for the end. I think there's definitely some like skullduggery happening here with these mind games being traded back and forth.
As we continue the blues here, I mean, we'll see how far it'll run down, or maybe a switch comes in quickly, but Tapir going to play the blue cool for now. Yeah, this is an interesting aggression play from Sandfer. +6, like
Yeah, you have
that's
to think.
that's the second
Caesar's
plus
got
6
to
he's
You're up
done.
to 21. Sandfer down to 8, I think. And
So
wow.
back to blue, but
Oh, wow.
Sandfer, of course, with the answer.
Was that
He's not
was
gonna-
that 21? Who was it? Was
Tapir was at
Tapir-
21 after the 2+2s, and now he's at 19.
and note that comeback, Caesar.
Okay.
And wow.
And another 8 from Tapir.
I know what Sanford's doing. I'm not going to say it on there. I know what he's doing.
All
Of course.
right.
KT, read never one like a book as always. Yeah. Flat Drip is having PTSD if he's watching right now. Reverse 2 for Sandfer.
Yeah, I mean, not that level yet.
Not yet, no. Oh, Tapir
And
for
there's
blue.
the back to
Here's
blue.
back to blue, but I wonder if Sandfer even has that anymore. Surely he does. Yeah.
Wow. Did have at least 1. So gonna leave Tapir in a situation where he has to hope that Sandfer draws at some point so he can get back into this. But right now Sandfer is having
Blue
the control
6.
and another switch
man.
out of it. That ditto was not in vain, unfortunately.
Wow. Sandfer really hates the blues, huh?
Yeah, these crossovers from Sanford is just trying to get him off rhythm.
I mean,
He's just trying to get him off rhythm. This is a great strategy from Sanford.
Tapir knows that he's got to do something now.
The thing about Tapir is, like, I feel like he gets rattled, and I also feel like when he gets rattled, it doesn't affect his gameplay at all, and he's just going to play the same way.
Well,
And here goes.
another chance to get back to blue, and that's the third 0.
And he plays the 0 and
Finally forces the draw on Sandfer.
friendly. Now the question is, how long can he run this, right?
Okay. He's just going to go up 1. Work, and maybe another up 1.
I think so, probably. It would definitely be weird.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So we're in Draw City again on that blue 1.
I also noticed Tapir dots for a while on that, which could indicate that he does have like the color switch out of it.
Might have been trying to set something up.
I mean, yeah, you could tell these two are patient in kind of going for the switch. They wanting to keep the game going. I mean, yeah, this is going to be a really good match. I can already tell.
I think Short said that they had conflicting playstyles, but like, I'm sorry, I do not see that at all.
I didn't say
Ooh.
anything about their play styles. I don't think I did anyway.
Oh, all right. It was somebody.
It was either KT or Yoshi, probably. Probably KT. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
only talked about Tapir.
Yeah.
Dang.
All right.
I mean, Tapir
Well,
tried to catch up, but
trust me, it's different. Sandfer can do this, and the next game he do something different. He's got that eye candy, and that's what you got to think about Charles. He's got 60 plays in the old pocket. You know he's going to do. Tapir, I don't think he's got 60, but he's starting to develop 60. By the end of the year, he'll get to 60. He's got about 20, 30 for sure.
wow. I was going to say, Tapir was maybe looking to get closer to Stanford, but from that table check, he's still quite a bit behind. He's looking to get closer with that +2.
It's trying to make up that deficit here.
I wonder if Tapir's out of reds now.
A long 9
No,
card
yeah,
set
I mean,
start.
Stanford with the control on the 6s. I mean, we've seen it. Like he was able to switch into yellow with the blue 6. Okay, well, if you draw from Sandfer, which gives Tapir an opportunity, goes for the switch into yellow.
And of course, he's back to his favorite color throughout this game.
Back to that yellow indeed. Tapir went
Wow.
up this time.
So had a 4, which could give Sanford some indications that he's got some more yellows in the tank, but he's going to play it cool.
By the way, it might be like about time for a table check, but I don't know. It's like
It's about time for a
I had
BRP.
table check just a little bit ago. It wasn't that long.
Yeah, it was
2
like
minutes
couple,
ago,
only
2
a couple
minutes ago.
minutes, 2 minutes.
It was 7 minutes. Oh wait, I missed that. I'm stupid.
I was gonna say, like it was definitely not 7.
Yeah. And Tapir's making a device switch, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
No,
for
Tapir's
sure.
going on a walk. He's gonna be back in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That would be something.
When this happens, he's usually back before the timer comes. Thank goodness this is the second to last match with that problem.
Okay, guys, let's bet on it.
No.
I think there's no point.
45 seconds. That's my bet. Less than.
Let me see the chat. Says this could cost Tapir. I don't think so.
It won't. He's only gonna be gone for like 2 minutes, maybe. I figure.
Right now, sure, I have to look at this game. I'm just taking a back seat around as a
yes,
sideline reporter.
Oh, the earlier move.
Yeah, talk to me, Kay.
And it's been 30 seconds.
But anyway, back to what I was saying here. You gotta think it's a psychological effect now. Now that the ammo starts to wear thin, Charles Sandfer has a school of thought saying, okay, it's wearing thin. How do I make the break? How do I go 2 color? How do I play that? Tapir, he may be comfortable in Draw City, but now he's got a match. I'm seeing a lot of mirror playing. And mirror's driving, whatever you like to call it. And there's a third element of this game that no one sees coming sometimes. Where you just, all right, psychologically, I'm just going to keep drawing back. Who gets to break first? We always talk about art, right? Who blinks and winks? Blinks and winks. Wink and blink.
And there's a minute and a half, and he's back right on cue.
At perfect time. There you go.
88 seconds.
And I believe that is the last 0.
Yep, true. Unless we get a deck reshuffle.
It's getting there.
Yeah,
Under
39
40, under 40 cards, it's very possible, but we'll see how it all plays
quite a long
out.
game, yeah.
Yep, that is all of them. For sure. Here with the 3.
All right. We're going to run down the yellows, and, that 0 could mean something, but...
I didn't know if we're going to run down to yellows, Yoshi. Oh, there's Sandfer.
We got a double from Sandfer. Sure. I feel like if Tapir knows how many cards Sandfer has, I feel like... that double play's got to...
I think Tapir told me once that he doesn't actually keep track, but I'm, not sure. Maybe he does now.
Who doesn't?
Tapir.
Oh, Tapir. Okay.
Because he's like always like improving and stuff.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe he's definitely
I have
like
to
KT said, he's developing those looks. He'll have a lot by the end of the season. Just seeing all this
Yeah, I
D1
have to
competition.
imagine that. I have to imagine that he is keeping track of the cards because he hasn't tabled once.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. He must be keeping track, or he's just running into fire. I mean, Sandfer has bombed him multiple times.
And Tapir's gone again, or is he thinking?
Maybe a
think
think moment.
taking
Might be
his
a
time.
think moment. He did say be right back the last time.
What could he be thinking about? That's the question Sandford needs to ask himself here, I think.
I got a D2 player up in building now.
Comes in, and there's looking for a
Oh.
triple, maybe a quad. Reverse
Let's see,
skip.
yeah.
I think he's running to the finish. I'm not gonna.
No, just a
No.
quad. I didn't think he was there yet.
I was capping. My bad.
Okay. Yep. He
Wow,
he
ties
pulls
it off with that
holds
play.
even. Oh, and Silver back to
Wow.
yellow.
That's a great play, but what does
Yeah, but I
Tapir have
thought Tapir
something
was
else?
gone.
This
I thought Tapir was
Tapir.
gone to like copy paste all of the double
Nothing.
plays into his clipboard. Oh.
Think Sandfer can cook now.
Unless this is all he had, he might have
Yeah.
iced him again, man. This is
Yellow's
now
been his
17
favorite
minutes.
dude the whole time.
There's
Ooh.
another +2 for Sandfer.
Yeah,
He's
but
down
Tapir's
to he's
getting
down to
ammo now.
2.
Yeah, I mean, splitting the ammo, it's like this is the experience coming into play for sure.
Tapir is back up to 8. This is brutal.
I feel like Tapir's got to strike if there's anything left in his deck at this point, but he can only play a yellow. Could this be the no?
Whoa.
Okay,
Oh.
interesting. Wow.
Looks
feel
like
like-
Sandfer is parting ways with the abundance of yellows.
Yeah, could be thinking about that draw actually. I mean, with
I don't
Sandfer
think so.
pretty
I do
low,
not think so.
you know, any switch is risky. But okay, well, let's see if this works. I don't know about this play honestly. Green 8.
Back down to 2, is he?
Pierre dittos. I mean, and Sandfer. Yeah,
Whoa.
okay.
Little
Was
sneak.
that off the
Little
draw?
sneak.
Right?
Sandfer,
Top
was that
deck
fail?
for the win.
Oh no, not
That
again.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh man.
that was the
Man, what
second
is with all
for
the
that
bailouts
game.
lately? Good God.
Oh, I see.
Well,
Okay.
to be fair, it's hard to call it a bailout when I got the +4 while we were on yellow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was still sitting there with a green and a blue while on yellow.
So
Guess
maybe
this
an
is the-
inopportune switch from Tapir
Wow.
there. So yeah, that may not have
Oh,
been
it
the
wouldn't
best
have
switch in
mattered.
hindsight. Yeah. No
It wouldn't
+2s
have
to back him
mattered.
up. Yeah. Oh wait,
Okay.
that was prior to the plus. Oh, that's rough.
That had to be prior to the +4.
Oh, the yellow. Oh wait, that was prior to the yellow
Yeah.
9. Oh
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
that is brutal. That's a
Wow.
Oh, that's funny because at that point I'm pretty sure at that point I did have the green 8. I could have played it there.
well that is great. A great switch there from Sandfer in hindsight. There, KT, you got any questions?
Yeah, about 5.
Okay, go.
Let me go start with
Only 5?
only 5.
Go,
only 5.
go, boss, go.
I'm going to start with Sanford. Sanford, obviously, I remember you saying against Aiden Smith, the instincts for bad power play. I kind of was an idiot and decided to give you the aggression strategy. I said be aggressive on the bot. chalk that one up there. Now, when you started doing that crazy little run right there, those crazy spurts runs, are you sensing that Tapir is starting to be a little bit more passive aggressive in his game style to where you can hit him with that +4, hit him with that +6, keep pounding and see how his resiliency is? That's my first question. And number two, I think he did a great job on that KT Classic. Obviously, it's a movie we have seen in the past. I remember Kev Shear and Bowtie where Bo did a KT Classic at Una, lost. We thought, oh, God, game winner, but they both needed a red. Were you thinking KT Classic saved the wild, bank on him having a wild at the end, just in case when he didn't see the wild, pull it out, because you can just trust there wouldn't be a double wild finish? What was just the mindset right there on that second question? Answer the first two.
The second one, I just didn't want it to be number efficiency to finish.
10-4.
I could have switched it to yellow, but it's like yellow hadn't been played yet. And because I would have been banking on being able to play the +2 the next turn after that. But as for the +6, I guess it depends on which +6 you're talking about.
The one where you did the +4, the +2 around 15 cards where you went down at 13, you sent them back to 17.
That one, I was waiting. I was trying to draw to get a red connector to the red reverse, but it wasn't coming. I'm like, okay, well, I'm starting to get close to 20, so let's go ahead and throw this out there then. And it's like, don't want to switch it to the red when I only had the 2 reds. So
interesting. So that rule's starting to come into play now. That's interesting. All right, Tapir, my question to you.
Could it be 2?
Well, yeah.
I would section it as like before the green wild draw city and after.
That'd be fun.
By the way, I have a question for both of y'all. Did y'all draw any greens during the draw city and then just like purposely not play them?
Oh, they're not going to reveal it.
Which one?
They ain't going to reveal that, man. Come on.
On which one?
On which one?
Green wild draw city. Yeah, the bigger one.
The classic.
Oh. Tapir was drawing to start because he didn't have anything, because he was the one at Uno.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I mean that's your. I mean, if you wanted to reveal that, that's your prerogative.
I ain't gonna reveal it. But anyway, I have a question for Tapir. Tapir, obviously, you did pretty much plan A at the first start before that KT Classic Wild. You were comfortable in Draw City. When you see that +6, do you now have to realign your game plan a little bit differently? Were you coming in thinking Sandfer would be patient? But now you have to realign it because we do have this new rule where you helped create it, right? 20 cards. So you got to realign your strategy now in the sense that, hey, at a certain point, you just got to rip the top off, right? Rip it off, right? Rip the Band-Aid off and start playing a little pace differential and use a little card differential. Talk to me how you got to realign your strategy, not only with this new rule, but also just seeing how Sandfer has played in this game one, what he can do. I'll give Tapir or give Stingray credit. I mean, it was the first 9 minutes almost was a game one, and the second game was the last 9 minutes. And sure, we have not seen an 18-minute game. Look,
No.
It's been very far. We have seen plenty of that in practice on the new bot. We've seen 40-minute games for all we care.
Good lord.
But
Because
yeah, like that one against
Green.
simple. Yeah.
that was.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that
I'll
M1.
give Stingray a partial
That M1.
answer.
No, I'm watching.
I'll give
Anyway,
him a partial answer, and we'll see what he thinks. I will say I had the green 8 for a while. Whether I had it at the wild, I won't say.
of course, but that's Charles Sandfer, right? You can't ask those questions with Sandfer. He's one of the best at not revealing anything. This guy's witty, man. He's got it. This guy has to deal with kids on a daily eventually soon as a full-time team. He knows how to play the media. Yeah, starting Monday, right? He knows how to play the media. He knows how to play. He knows how to play poker. So I know Sanford's not going to reveal. So you got to really ask him these crazy hardball questions and try to get him off. But for Tapir, I think he did a good job. Short, just kind of analyze. I want to let Yoshi and Sting and you guys cook more. And I'm just kind of I'm going to take a third stringer here. I'm sensing a little bit of hesitation on both parties, right? You can sense that at a certain point you have to just rip the Band-Aid off. And we saw, I think, the best guy to do it this tournament. He's been probably the best guy to do it before last night was Lane. Lane knew how to rip the Band-Aid off, and he found something on his bot where you can just rip it off and go. Because you don't see Lane ever go back to 15, 20 cards, right? He just rips it off. He plays that truthful stuff. We saw it. I remember watching a game yesterday, Mark. That guy is literally the essence of an OG true style. And you just have to wonder, that has to come into play now. In a sense, you have to play a little more truthful, because if you start getting in that 18, 19 territory, the ref will catch on. And number two, it starts to become a little bit too easy, especially in the future. Right? Obviously, not this game, but down the road in the next couple of games. If that starts to lot both ways, now they have to start making in-game adjustments of, okay, someone's going to want to rip off the Band-Aid first, but when do you rip it off? And Sandfer, he knows F1 quality, right? When's the perfect delta? And that's really what they're going to have to go through in these next couple games to find out who has the better delta, which I'll be interested in. Back to you, Tapir. Stuart, you got buddy.
Yeah. Yoshi, real quick, I think that. Oh, what's up?
None of those words are in the Bible.
Okay. Yoshi, real quick,
Still
I think this one.
His response.
I think we were. I don't know if he's there typing or not.
I don't see him typing,
I
but
don't
he
see him
hasn't responded either.
Yeah, I know.
He's not.
Yeah, Tapir, let us know if you got KT's question. We can repeat it for you if you need. Yoshi, real quick though, I mean, like that game in essence is like both these guys are both. KT kind of touched on it there, but a lot with his remarks. But we know Tapir's one to be content in Draw City. So is Sandfer. So it showed that he did a KT Classic in Game 1. Do you think that's a trend that we're gonna see continue as we move through the series? It's a long series, and that was a long Game 1. Just thoughts on that, and how do you see that affecting the rest of the series?
Well, you know, those KT Classics, I mean, they're going to come out if they need to. That's really the aim of the game here. If there's a sense that they got to go for something and just play defense, force an isolation on both players, they're going to make it happen. That's really what they have to aim for, and especially, you know, obviously with like the plan A, it's a little bit easier to understand what the player is going for compared to if the game goes longer and longer. And that's what Sandfer really had to look into to see what Tapir had left in his hand, and him being able to get that switch into yellow. I mean, it was just perfectly timed to save that game. I mean, I guess really the 4-bagger was kind of started to break the shell out a little bit of what Tapir's play was, and Sandfer, all he really had to do. I mean, Sandfer didn't have much, but thankfully with that yellow 9,
would you believe me if I said that I started that with all numbers?
Really?
Let me see.
Really? Well, I mean, that Draw City helped. I think the fact that classic really that you got to think about that as well. To that point, Yoshi, go to start with numbers. Have that. I'm guessing that wild would come from a draw at some point. That's definitely a good. It could lead up to being a good strategy when you're in a tough draw. So that's interesting as well.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I'm going to say is, I think, you know, it's a matter of when is the control of going offensive and going defensive. I think these two know how to balance that, and it's why the game went as long as it did. So that's kind of that's probably what we're going to see. You know, we might see what was I going to say?
Yeah. KT, we're going to need those questions again.
Yeah, you could do that.
If you still want to ask him those questions, KO, he didn't get them here.
Okay, he's also
okay, whatever. That's fine.
He's got a phone call.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's good.
What was I saying?
Talking about the Draw City stuff, and the same for making the comment about the numbers.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, well, yeah, I think Sandfer, especially with the experience factor, like he knows how to. He's won games with mostly or even only numbers in the past. Like, in a game where the bot's gonna make it fair for both players, it's gonna favor Sandfer more. But obviously, Tapir fought really well that game as well. It's, you know, just because it favors one player doesn't mean they're gonna win every game, right? It still could be a back and forth where Tapir just gets the better of Sandfer in some games, and I think it'll still be a close series. We still got a long way to go, not only for how the strategies kind of adapt, but also where the bot kind of leads to, because it could come in, the monster hands could come in when we least expect it. So
Yeah, there's still a lot more to talk about. That was a lot to unpack, but that is game 1 in the books.
Yeah.
Sandfer pulling out some big looks to try, and he got it done. 1-0 to Sandfer. Still a lot of game left to go tonight, so I'll handle the table call this time around. Sandfer can't pick 9 now for game 2. How many is it gonna be?
Let's keep it multiples of 3. Let's go for 12.
All right, 12 it is. Cesar will put it in. So game 2 now, after an 18-minute game 1. That's not something you see a lot with this bot, but this is the final 4. Charles Sandfer, Tapir. It's all bets are off at this point. So it is just about that time. This game 2 is underway with the blue 8.
Yeah, I love to say. Oh, never mind. Dang it. Okay. You know how sometimes the card start is the card that the player, the lad of the last card of the last game. I thought it was the blue 8, but it was blue 5.
Oh, it was blue 5. That would have been good. That would have been fun.
Is it yellow 5?
No.
Oh no, it's okay.
It's blue. Blue
Anyway.
8. It was blue. Well, the finish was for Sandfer was on a blue 5.
Yeah.
This
The
is now a
next
blue
game
8.
is going to be the yellow 5.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It'll be easier to tell when we get the new
Sandfer with the early switch.
Oh, right off the bat.
the custom
Green
cards.
Tapir with the crossback. I see that.
Wow.
I see that. I
Huh?
see those
Sandfer
moves
is-
have traveled
Oh,
from last
what?
night.
Wow.
Sandfer. Oh my goodness.
This is really just getting rid of those
One
blues
down
and
this
green
time.
8s to start this game off.
What? Short. Remember that moment. Watch. Let's see if Sandfer has reserves in the blue. Just
Yeah.
watch that moment. That's the key.
Yeah, we'll have to see there. Who needs crazy 8s? Yep.
You can see this is look, Sandfer's played Tagoe. He knows how to switch the color. Right? This is
Yeah.
another look. This is another look he's going to use from his past memory. If you're Tapir, you've played one guy that plays very similar on the color switching and go. That's probably your best reference point. Let's see if he does Desperate switching to rile Sandfer up right here. Let's find out.
Yeah, it keeps it going on the red after the switch for Sandfer. Yeah, he's switching quite a bit now. Really gonna just play his hand to a different strategy, and Sandfer's kind of learned how to give these many looks, and despite just how many different hands he can get.
Right now, it looks like he will just be using a little pace management. Now Sandfer goes back into that moment of the blue. We have to look into that moment of the blue. Does he have stuff in the reserve tanks that he goes for a sideburn fade look? We'll find out. We'll find out shortly. It's a little crescendo moment. Here comes Sandfer loading up. Goes to green.
There's that
Tries
green.
to keep that green. Yep. Yeah, this is Tagoe West with the light switching. Tapir, he's going to go undercut.
Yellow.
Yeah, I mean, Sandfer was looking
There's
for
the
all
blue,
that's a
KT.
rainbow.
There's that blue.
There it is.
For the
Yeah,
6
reserve in the
seeds,
tank.
too,
Beautiful
for
from
the
Sandfer.
6 seeds.
Yeah, reserve in a tank. That's just vintage Sandfer right there. Now the question is, did Sandfer do a double ISO and just had
Wait.
one blue and try to get Tapir out?
Sandfer really didn't want blue earlier. So
Yeah,
he wants
the
yellow
idea.
even less. Because,
He
green
might have
was,
had those
first
reserves.
pick.
He was playing, man. It's strategic. Stanford's got a lot of strategy in his pocket. You can't just think that if he switches
that's
off
a
of it, he
good
doesn't want it. There are a lot of ways he could go.
I mean,
We
he
got-
definitely didn't want it.
Here's
because
Tapir
he
and
switched off of it.
Trace.
No way, it's 28 to 3.
Oh god. No. It's 9-3, damn it.
What? No, 28 cards have been drawn and this game is lost.
Okay.
listen, Tagoe.
Okay. We don't. Yeah, come on.
I just see those numbers and I immediately think 28-3. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. All right. Sandfer taking his time, goes yellow. KT. Yeah, that's good on the pepperoni. The 5 now for Sandfer.
Now it's about the pace management. Let's see if Tapir's got a 3-bagger using a little Chomik split ammo to win the game right here with that +4 combo.
I could definitely see it might have just gotten more than what Sandfer was able to get. But we'll see. He's
Just
going
a
to keep
zero
it yellow,
sugar.
and with the 0.
Does
Could be
Sandfer
an
have a
indication.
0 to throw a wrench in it? Because this is it's set. I'm sensing that he might be wanting to keep it there. Sandfer has nothing to
Sandfer
play.
might just have nothing to work with.
This might be game here for Tapir, I think.
I could see it for sure. Is it
Putting the
another
0 down.
+4?
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
Chomik split
There you
ammo.
go.
Yep.
You already
Chomik
know.
split.
Yeah.
I
1-1.
sensed it. I
Makes me feel
sensed
better.
it.
Makes me feel better.
All right, 13 minutes less than game 1, and Tapir ties at 1-1 in game 2. KT, go
What?
sideline.
Much quicker game there.
Sandfer, obviously, great job on the blue, right? You did a little bit of a sideburn look. Good back and forth on the crazy 8s there. A little light switching. Were you trying to implement a little sporadic light switching to say, hey, you know what? The first game, we tried to draw city. Now understand the allotment of draw city. You go a little bit of that Tagoe strat, try to get Tapir off, or is it just truly a case of that was my only bet because it appears here you didn't throw anything on ammo and you were just trying to use that that light switching as a counteraction to Tapir's potential ammo at the end?
I was mainly just kind of trying to play the numbers I had, trying to get a good path, basically, and try and make sure I avoid draws if I could, but it is what it is. Him having 2 +4s makes me really glad I didn't waste the power play to do double 5.
Yeah, I'm with Cesar. It's
Because
way
the
too
only
early.
play,
games.
that play would have been to basically get a +2, but that wouldn't have really done much.
Tapir, good win right there. Obviously, you didn't get my first question. Thank you, Sam, for those thoughts. Appreciate it, buddy. Pretty much, Tapir, I gotta say.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Tapir, gotta say right now, man, good job there with the double +4. Was that just the case of, you know what? I've played Chomik in the past, right? I've seen Chomik looks, right? Is that a case where you can just use split out? And remember, that was the one strategy. If we remember back in history, Sandfer did lose on that split ammo. Is that a strategy now you can allot when you get in the ammo to use split ammo and bank on Sandfer not having the ammo in return? Talk to me about just the return on those +4s and how you had to stay clear. Because that was a great move to go with the double back finish on the 8s, right, to start the game. Get Sandfer into a little bit of chess match, and then try to get him off kilter, which it did by using that +4 switch. Basically, the +4 switches in a sense, right? You switched it up. You keep it 1 yellow, keep it yellow. Use the 0 fake out, right? To think you may not have anything. You got Sandfer drawing, boom, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Sandfer didn't have the ammo. Let me know. Got to do a little bit of a heat check there on that first +4 short can get you off kilter. I think Sandfer, though, admitted, right, didn't have much, can't do much with 2 +4s. I gotta agree with Cesar. I know right now it seems a little PTSD, but we just had a banger game 1. We still got 9 more in the tank, potentially max 9. I think we're gonna be in for the long haul tonight for sure.
Definitely seems like it's pointing that way, and we will have to see how it goes. So, but obviously, with it being best of 11, Sandfer will get game 3, and this time Yoshi gets the table call.
All right, so Tapir. Here we go.
Sandfer.
Oh, you're right.
I just said that.
I don't know. I just, if I was in the best of 9
You're thinking
mindset
last round or
because
something.
it was like
I know.
2-2, and now it's best of 11.
3-3-2-2-1.
3-3.
3-3-2-2-1. Sandfer, go.
Really, I just ignored you. I completely ignored you there. All right.
Wouldn't be the first time. Sorry.
All right, Sandfer, game 3. you can't pick 9, I think.
Yeah. it's
Yeah.
nine.
What's the call?
Well, yeah, and I'm not going to go and give someone what they're wanting, although it would have completed the pattern. I mean, 9, 12, 15. It's 6. We'll keep the threes
Ooh.
going.
Hey,
Oh.
going the other way, huh?
No, that's what he's doing, exactly.
Sandfer special right here. The Sandfer special.
Okay.
Caesar knew it. Yep.
Caesar knows. He knows the game.
You ref enough games, you start to predict things right.
Who do we have just join? I think Brad just came back in.
Good old bad.
No, that's Tapir, I think.
Was it Tapir? I don't even.
Yeah, Brad's been here like the whole time, I think.
I thought it. Oh yeah, it was you. Yeah, you're all good. You can join up.
All right, yellow 5 starting card.
Okay. All right. Let's call it on that. It is yellow 9. You're 4 off. Okay,
Oh.
whatever. Top floor to start, and we are off in game 3. 1-1, best of 11. It is still very early on, but obviously 2 power plays make a big difference. I believe we saw that in game 3 last night.
It's here, you're a 6 seed.
You gotta go 6. You're 6 seed.
This is Charles Sandfer, man. You can't say that. This guy is one of the most wittiest guys in the league. You can't say those things. This guy's he'll keep that in the back pocket.
It could have been a joke. Could have meant nothing. We'll find out.
Tapir's just gonna like
Tapir-
full send like 15, 14, 13 in his home stand.
Yeah, but
I'm
but this game
excited.
right now.
What
This
a
game
push
right
back
now.
to
This game right
yellow.
now.
Yeah, all right. My bad.
Yeah, you're all good.
Apologies.
Yeah,
Great
you're all good.
play.
But yeah, Tapir, I mean, like he comes and he comes from that crop that of D2 players come from
Boom.
UML.
Oh
Miss
wow!
Boom.
Wow.
This
Never
has
mind.
been- this
Never
is so
mind.
clean
Never
for
mind.
Sandfer.
Forget
Like,
what I
you
said.
just-
I was saying. That means nothing. 1 minute. Plan
No
A.
questions there. I
Plan
got
A.
nothing. Plan A.
Plan A.
Makes up for the game 1. We had a lot of talk that game, but here we might just
It's
Sanford,
still early.
Sanford
It's still
Tapir,
early.
any comments? Plan A.
I think the hand
So-
speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sandford
Could have
told me
been
about
worse,
the
but
He was
yeah.
a
incredible
6-card start,
strategy that you had.
It's a 6-card start.
This is really showing Sandford about his A game on the strategy cards.
That was probably the most Plan A game. And we talk about the bot. Oh, the bot came in. It's a hosing. No, that's a 6-card start, y'all. That is. We all know what a 5 or 6 or 7 can do. It can really come down to luck, and that's really what the hand was for Sanford. And now, if that was like a 13-card start, I would be concerned about the integrity of the series. But this is a 6-card start.
Yeah, but
Not
this
as big a
happens
deal.
all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even you can still get hosed on new bot in a low tier start. It can still happen because that's just how it is in a 6-card start. And I always say I always say it in commentary when we talk about low tier start, y'all. It's when it can either end in an instant like that, or you could be drawing back for 7 years.
Yep. When you're
That's what I
picking
said.
6
I did
cards,
say that.
You're sending a message that you want a luck game, and Sandford sure as hell got a luck game.
Yeah. Some cap-esque strategies, but that will do it for game 3. Plain and simple. Plan A, Sandford up 2-1. And now it goes to Tapir. For game number 4, I'll take this one. Tapir cannot pick, I believe that was 12. So, yeah, he cannot pick 12, yes. So how
He might
many
have
for game
hinted at
4?
what he's going to go for. We'll see.
I feel like he's sending, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's full sending for sure. Oh,
Oh, okay,
Interesting.
fine. All right. 9.
Oh, okay.
So it'll go back to 9. Or Sanford won game 1 on 9. Obviously, it's MCSR. It doesn't matter. That's not locked out anymore.
Again.
I was like fully expecting
What? You're
Same as
kidding.
game 1.
The 9-card starts have started with the green +2. I am deceased.
Yeah.
I am deceased.
Game 1, 9-card start.
All right, guys, lock in. 20-minute game. Here it comes. All right.
No, I
green 0
want
to
that,
start for
honestly.
Tapir.
I feel like, yeah, that would be nice. And then the green 0 is the only green that either of them have, and they just like.
Oh, no.
No. I will never sleep. Here's Sandfer coming with his first move. 0
Oh,
sugar.
wow.
Switch to
0
the yellow.
sugar.
Oh. Haven't heard a promo in a little bit.
Oh, that's a promo for K. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh,
Zero
that makes
Sugar.
Yeah, the 0 sugar,
Yeah.
KT. 0 sugar.
that makes sense. Sometimes I forget he owns a drink company.
Okay. That's...
The fresh microplastic blend.
Oh, my.
Alright. Here with the +2, gonna.
Sorry, boys, had a phone call. What's going on?
Oh, we had a 0 sugar switch there. 0 sugar.
Oh, nice.
You
0 sugar,
yeah.
WW had it.
Yeah.
Hold the phone. Tapir at 5. Hold the phone.
www.noworldenergy.com.
Boom!
Oh,
I had a feeling. I gotta catch up here. I got a silent report. Hold on.
You all good. Tapir down to 4 with the 5. Big blue switch.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
here's
Sandfer
Sandfer
with
with
the
the
double.
double. Sandfer the double down to
Double?
6.
Sure.
Still a 2-card lead for Tapir.
This is looking awfully reminiscent of the first game.
We'll see who's got that wild save then. That's gonna be the key.
Yeah.
Then.
Are we pulling another classic? Nope,
That's not a
Sandfer with the
classic.
8.
That's
not a
ice though.
classic. That is
That's ice though. Tapir needs to have trip save. He does!
Oh wow!
God!
Whoa!
I mean.
Whoa!
Sandfer, another
Oh,
rainbow! Unbelievable!
Skittle heaven right there.
That's 2 Skittles. God.
That's a rainbow, but is it a good
Wow.
rainbow for Tapir?
I
now
think
it's looking
that's
like game 2. Crazy.
it
Here with
is.
check for the 4.
Sandfer's gonna have something really
Is that
saved
Uno
up here.
again? And
Plus 4
Sandfer's gonna pull the
incoming.
KT
Plus
Classic
4
now.
imminent. Plus 4 bomb
Plus
imminent.
2. Plus
Plus
2.
2.
Plus 2.
There we go.
He saved it.
Oh, he's
Wow.
reading him like a book again.
Green
But Tapir
2,
can play.
still
There's
able to get
probably
down
his
to 2.
finisher.
Sandfer out.
Sandfer is dry. Tapir is
Guess
dry.
what?
Back to the
Great
green
plus
draw
2.
city, folks.
That's what
Here
he
we go
wanted.
again.
KT, the goat of waking up my parents.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're good. You didn't know. It's fine.
Someone needs headphones. Tapir continue to draw
I
back
do.
and forth.
My desktop has no headphone jack, and I refuse to use wireless.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem then.
Okay,
To yellow for
interesting
Sandfer makes
switch
this
there.
2 switch. Let's keep it on the game. Top floor for Tapir.
I like this idea from Sandford, to be honest.
Yeah, he's playing like really Yaped style, honestly.
Oh, power play.
wow. Unbelievable. Power play.
Tapir draws
That's
here.
going to be game for sure. No.
Yeah, that,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Good on the
That's
okay.
risky.
So,
So-
to check.
What did Tapir have left is going to be the
That's
question
half of his
here.
power play's gone here.
It's going to have to bank on a top. That's got to be game then, right?
That's game. That's game.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, okay.
It comes in.
Charles Instinct Sandfer right there. It's Instinct Sandfer. 100%.
Also
100%.
KT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
let me
go
ask the
for it.
question
Go
here.
for it, boss.
Sandfer, great job on the save on the +2. Once again, more sideburn look, right? You sensed, hey, you know what? He's going to throw to 0 sugar. And sometimes with that 0 sugar, it's a double-edged sword, right? Sometimes you can sense that color, it could be low. And let's face it, after that green 0 sugar from Tapir, all he had was the green 4 and a 2. He did a good sideburn look back. Were you thinking, you know what, save that +2? Is that a lesson learned from you seen past game? We saw Eli on a wild earlier in this tournament throw a +2 off the start, right? And that ultimately cost him because I believe, from what I understand, is it gave Lane 2 +4s, and that was the ultimate difference. talk to me about just the ammo control there and using a little cyber. And I don't think you've ever played. And I know you've been through 3 Final Fours now. Is this the first time you've had a rainbow in the Final Four? It's very rare. You rarely see that. Just talk to me about how the color aggression's picked up.
That's 2 now in the series.
I was gonna say we've had 2 in this one. As for the zero sugar, realistically, it was more down to the fact of, yeah, it saves the +2, but how many times do you actually really get to see the swaps on zero? So I figured it was a good curveball to throw.
Tapir, mentally right now, you got to think that at least you got that 1 win. We talk about history, right? Look, Nam was down 3-1 last night, right, and made a monster comeback. You've been accustomed to what's been this bot, right? You talked about in the past, we saw at Ypez where you would just get that 1 turning point. Where do you think the turning point's got to be, though? You're playing Sandfer, who's got a lot of looks. Yes, but where do you think you got to adjust in Sandfer's game when he doesn't get the ammo, right? It's a straight fight, similar to game. Do you think there needs to be an adjustment on the color switches? Are you being too aggressive? Where do you think the aggression versus the counter aversion basically is going to come in? Let me know. That's the short answer.
I'm just looking up. Yeah. Okay. 7-game series. Yeah, 11-game series. Plenty of time. Yeah.
Regarding the power play, I'm not surprised. Charles Sandfer has talked about in this tournament, right? The power play instincts are bad. He did a defensive power play, I believe, against A-Train Smith, right? He's starting to cook, and we know Sandfer. He's the only player of the 4 remaining, right, that was in the 4-5 power play era, right? He's the only guy left that's been in the 4-5 power play era where you would just best of 13, 5 power plays. I'm keeping down 5-1. I'm feeling great, right? You have 5 power plays. That was last year.
5-1 comeback last year. How many power plays was in that series?
4 power plays. So that
and the one he's mentioning, yeah.
I mean, yeah.
No wonder.
I think 4 power. Right. So Sandfer knows how to use the power play very well because we basically gave him that platform, right? Anybody that played last year in T1, 2, anybody who played last year knows how to use these multiple power plays. Now remember, there's only 3 is the max in March. That's the only time you see it all year. 2 is the max for most of the rest of the season. So Sandfer has to adjust a little bit, but still, even with 2 power play, you give him multiple, he can still cook for sure.
I did have one thing. I don't know if you want to talk about it, or maybe Sandfer could, but like I just wonder, like, because we talked about the questionability of that power play, because like making the number efficient switch and like going for check on the red, that is a risky one, and at least what we saw from up here before Sandfer had the job done. If Tapir top decked a +4 or had a +2 in his back pocket, that entire power play could have crumbled. What do you think he could have seen there to think, yeah, I think this is gonna lead to a win with power play?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because when Sandfer pulled that power play, right, he switched from the 1s. And I noticed that it had a green 1 had been played earlier, right? And Tapir didn't switch off the 1. Right, he just went to a green 2. So Sandfer, in his mind, okay, I have a chance with the 1, go into red, and risk it, right? Maybe there's no +2 on the other, because let's face it, in that kind of ammo game, you probably think it's not going to be a +2. The only way I lose that game is a wild or a +4. And Sandfer has that instinct to say, you know what, I have 2. Right? If I burn 1, so be it. I still got another 1. It's a gamble. It's a gamble to build momentum. Right now, you're up 3-1. Okay, you don't have power play lock at 4. But guess what? I still have 1 power play. It's a psychological edge now where you might say, I used the power player to get the 3-1, and then maybe on the back end, Tapir's going to have to get a power play win. Maybe let's say he wins his net. It's 4-1. Tapir needs to I got to use a power play in game 6 or this can get out of hand. It's a psychological edge that Sandfer just threw right there. I'm interested to see how Tapir counters back with that power play advantage, where Sandfer now has the power play disadvantage. See where the ebb and flow will be. It'd be an interesting point, but only Sanford's one of the few guys. And Sanford's one of the few guys that will not finish the game.
Cesar, just saying.
Right, exactly. Right, he knows this. I was about to say that.
No, this is very
and
true.
Another thing too. Sanford's one of the few guys in the past that will not finish the game on a power play. As in, he won't have power play. Game's over. Yeah, he won't. Okay, power play. A KT power play. Game's over. Sanford power play. I'm just going to set you up. It's a little bit different mindset.
Or a stall.
The stall setup. Yep.
Yeah, Tapir
That's
saying,
it.
think for now, I'm going to keep trying my best, trying to change it up, but at one point, just got to play whatever you can and hope for the best. Really, nothing more you could read into that other than that. So, that is another win for Sandfer, and Tapir once again. Excuse me. We'll get the call for Game 5. KT, table call here.
I'm gonna need a ref check. What can he pick? Because I was out
Cesar?
on the call.
12.
12. It's still 12.
All
He's
right.
in one.
What are we thinking, Big Dog Tapir? The tower. What do we got? We're gonna go up a couple elevators. What are we thinking? Let's see if he pulls it out.
He's gonna pull it out. The 15 is
13,
coming.
13.
Oh,
OG full.
wow.
OG full. Okay.
OG
OG full.
Yeah, and yeah,
But
I
it
think
was
I think it's the
7-13.
stated importance. We talk about the power play advantage. I mean, that's also you got to think about it for Tapir. It's got to be imperative, and I think we talked about this last. I talked about this last night with Nam and Lane. Is like the importance of winning games with the gloves off. We talk about those. We talk about those. We talk about that psychological
Another
thing
plus
we talked about with
two.
Lot of
Santa.
that.
Other +2. But Kay, you're talking about that same the psychological advantage you were talking about, but that also puts the thought on Tapir, like maybe he flushes out a power play, but it's also got to think for Tapir with 2 power plays and down 2 games.
Oh,
in
this is risky.
series.
This is risky
Yeah.
right here. This is risky. Yeah, this is.
Well, I mean, if this
Starting
is
off
what
of a
Sandfer,
+6 is insane.
maybe that's
+4.
you know,
That's just +4.
That's +4. Yeah, I'm stupid.
Tapir's
bad.
interpretation. If for Tapir, Sandfer's interpretation of sended might be just send the
Yeah.
+2.
Yeah, he's got 17. So that's basically a full send.
This is risky, but that goes what we just talked about, the psychological advantage. Right now, Sanford's got the 3-1 lead. Tapir has to think, I've tried so many strategies. Let's go aggressive now. Let's try. This is my chance, right? I only get one more home game after this. This might be game 6 might be his last home game.
And to my point though is the point I was trying to make was like it's not because I talk about this. There's a double play there from Sandfer, but the importance of that you talk about KT. You talk about that with the power play trying to get Tapir to drop one. That psychological advantage of being down 1. Running that down on game 4, but it's also you got to think about like Tapir. If I were Tapir, I'd be wanting to try and win as many games with the gloves off as I can. Try to get to 4 if I can without having to flush out that power play. So that's also the added pressure there for sure.
It's all about how you handle these pressure moments, right? And Tapir is learning that. You got to remember. I know he's done a great job as Sanford. He's been to 2
D1 and Sanford draws.
We'll see. He could have stuff in the back. Yeah,
he totally is. No shot, he doesn't.
Let him make his point.
Maybe looking to look at what Tapir does in response to that draw. He's going to play up another blue here.
But I was going to say, this is where Tapir excels. I think he excels.
Great
in the
move.
aggressive
Great
style.
move back to rec. Yeah, this is Sanford, vintage Sanford. Keep it 2 color for as long as possible. Let's play it out, right? And let's see if we can get him on a possible. Let's say for example a 9, right? You go 9 here, I'll get you back on 9. A little number efficiency, that PO style, right? Short. We always talk about that Peter on Jack style. We talk about that at the end for Peter, but it's happening mid game. The game has evolved toward the mid game. Those numbers matter more than the PO style that we saw last year.
Yeah, now another double from Sanford. Skip 1 from that on the red, and now Tapir is dry.
Wow.
There it is.
All it takes is just that switch into the color that you want, and now Sanford with the advantage.
This is just Charles Sanford, right? Trying that 2 color, trying things in game. Tapir is doing a great job. I will say this thing though. I will give you one thing. He's doing a great job of forcing the aggression early because think about it. The first couple games a little bit aggressive, then conservative. He's going back to that. He's trying things. The key now is when do we break into that yellow? I think that's going to be the key color. See where we can start evolving the lines.
The thing is,
for sure.
aggression isn't a resource that you ever run out of. You can use as much of it or as little of it in every
Correct.
single game.
That's
And
yep.
Tapir's tried everything. He's tried medium aggression, he's tried low aggression, and now he figures maybe it's time to try high aggression. Which
Caesar's
I
just
feel
saying
like he
now
should
it's
start
now
it
the
with
correct
that.
numbers to ice out and prevent the switch. Exactly. Sandfer taking a
Two
think
colors,
moment
sure.
here. And he goes for the table. And just a 2-card lead for Tapir. But does Sandfer pounce? Yes, he does. Going for that.
Oh,
Looking for that
That's gonna-
triple in the lead. That's going to put him in
yeah, I was
lead.
gonna say
Triple
putting
play
him in
the
the lead
green.
here.
Yeah, we're gonna find out what happens in that yellow. Like I said, that'll be the ultimate color. Could decide this game. Now it's Tapir looking to answer back. Does he stay clean on the green, or does he have an end around play of his own? He goes +2 heavy. Okay.
All right.
He doesn't have an end of round play. What did you say?
No,
I think he
no,
misheard you.
no. I said, does he have a possible end around to answer the end around to Sandfer? That's what I meant.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you know, a little mirror playing.
Okay. Time to run down this basically a new color here since we started on just blue-red and getting into a new territory.
Two down from Tapir, so
Green
So
7.
now it's once again Sandfer. He's in control in terms of the red, but the key is when do they break to that yellow short? That's where we're going to look where this game could crescendo. Because when you have an open 3 color, you're just waiting for that last color. You gotta think that could be the breaking point if they're saving a wild or a +4.
exactly. Now 5 minutes.
There's the end around.
Oh,
End around.
There's
Yep,
that end around
saved
we
it.
were talking about. Back to red.
I think
And
Sanford's going to be smart here. He's going to be smart. He's going to try to get it back to green if possible, or have a 3-ception right here.
Does he like green though? I feel like he has some unfinished business in red. That's just me now.
Possible. We'll see. Sanford's very tricky. He wants to think about, okay, if I go red, what if Tapir's got some in the back end right now? The good news is, this is where he's going to start to think about possibly ripping some band-aids off. There's the
there's that
3-ception.
yellow.
Boom.
There's that yellow. Read it like
Pandora's
that.
box.
And that we talked about that. I mean, like that. I think the
3-ception.
KT Classic in Game 1 thing was really the epitome of why Sandfer
There you
is
go.
not just.
I mean,
It's not just
Beautiful.
he was playing still in red. Well, he's got other strategies to employ. He'll take his time to get the game done, and he's done that so far, aside from the Plan A game.
Tapir okay with the yellow.
Extra fuel in the
Yes.
tank. Extra fuel. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, maybe was just
Ooh. Unforced error maybe there from Tapir. Maybe he's going to check it. Now that's usually Sanford's a guy, when he checks the table, sometimes he doesn't just check the table, if you get my drift. He's looking back. Now with a little bit of a table check, this could give Sandfer a little bit. Yep. Gives the door opener.
I was thinking like he's going into yellow to potentially throw some ammo down. Wow.
Whoa. That's beautiful.
I mean,
That's the way to do it, short, right? Both guys went to the yellow. They both filled it out. And now it just comes down to, can you pick the right number? That's right. If Tapir
Exactly.
wants to, because we know he's comfortable in Draw City.
Right. Here taking his
Tapir loading up.
Here's just a double there.
oh,
Following
wow.
the draw, probably wasn't trying to leave that door open potentially.
Probably
Although
had
could
a
have come
yellow
from that.
skipper
It could have
as
been
well.
for the +2.
Monkey
So
combo.
if
No,
love the
he
funny
drew
combo.
after +2, no?
so, I'm guessing he had the skip, didn't want to leave the door open, and here's
There's the
Sandfer now
red.
for red.
Back to ISO.
wow.
Tapir now has to think about something. He's going to try to go blue.
Oh, wow.
No.
Oh, man.
This is risky.
Yeah, I mean,
This is Charles Sanford. He's really good saving up that reserve tanks. Does he have another reserve in the tank for the possible finisher?
We'll see. We'll see if that switch didn't even matter. Yeah.
That's a heat check.
Oh.
I guess
Yes.
good on Tapir to not fall into playing another 9, because otherwise he would have been able to finish the game right then and there.
Yeah,
So
very much so.
Short, this is vintage toasty. Get to Uno, put the pressure on vintage toast. Let's see if this toast is cooked or burnt in a second.
Did Tapir
I
get a
mean-
return? Did Tapir get the ammo to return fire?
if he does, I mean, Sandfer could at least know
Yes,
that.
he
well,
does.
there goes the +4.
Return fire into
I'm
blue.
sorry, I had to. Sorry.
The what?
Well,
My bad. I was trying to say wow, but I.
Hey, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have just said it.
No,
but-
no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
All right, but Sandfer, is going to be okay with this because at the
Back
end
to
of the
red ice,
day, now the +4 is gone from
Back to
Tapir.
red. Is that a flush or
Alright.
did
Now
he
it's
get
about who
that?
can.
That's the thing.
Now it's about who can erase that +4 the fastest and make another break on the run. Let's see.
Yeah.
A little bit of a reset moment here, no doubt about it.
Sanford's going
Oh.
Tagoe-esque now. He's going Tagoe-esque. Tapir he's gonna run with it. Okay.
Now at 10
Yeah,
minutes.
we're going quick.
Yeah, the pace has been up and down all night, really. It's been
Oh.
it's not been consistent.
Sanford,
Wow.
heat check back to red.
Oh,
This number
wow.
efficiency.
This is Charleston. Nothing from
Is
Tapir.
this
Is
it?
that it for the 7 heaven?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my
That'd be
goodness.
crazy.
That would have been something.
Sanford might get top deck though. He
Oh
does,
my
yeah.
goodness.
It would have been
Again.
something.
But does that set up number efficiency? That's the question.
We've
Tapir-
seen-
I
we've
think if
seen
I'm
Seth
Tapir,
Cole
I
in the
keep
spot.
drawing back.
I said that about H and Seth, and guess what? 3-ception. Is it 5-ception for Sanford?
Does he have the 5 now?
Oh, that would be
Nice.
insane.
Oh. Yeah,
It's
I think
always a
it's
1 in
still
10.
it's still a smart move for Tapir to hold
That's
off on that.
risky.
That is risky now.
Let's see.
I mean, he does have 2 cards, so I imagine Tapir
Oh.
feels
Okay.
them too.
Okay, so back to check goes Sanford.
It's gotta be a +2. He wouldn't have done that if there was a.
Oh,
He's gonna go
what?
ditto?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he
Oh.
gets
Oh,
away with
wow.
it.
That is massive.
This man
Ballsy
is playing
from
the
Tapir.
stakes, and he just went all in. And
He hasn't won yet. He hasn't won yet.
Yeah, maybe sometimes if you keep it on the same color, they can always get back to Uno on that color. Like, and now we switch to a kind of a different one. It forces a draw city.
There we are.
I think Tapir's got to
Population
assess.
2.
He's got to assess what Sting said earlier, right? He's tried everything, and aggression is one of those resources. Sting said earlier, right? It's unlimited. As Tapir goes plus. I knew he had a plus. He's just now.
getting aggressive again.
You gotta go aggressive. You tried everything. It's time to
Which
rip
is
the
in
band-aid
fact
off.
0.
Great table check though. Great table check. But he's got
Yeah,
nothing.
Can't do
No.
anything. Tapir? No.
Well,
No.
okay. Yeah.
It's a neutralizer. Yep.
Oh. Never mind.
We're just into Droll City here, and it's on a 0 as well. So
Which makes it harder
Yeah.
to get out of.
switch off. Yeah.
So it could be an extended
probably-
moment. But here's
oh.
Sanford with
There
with
goes
a week
the
on the floor.
0.
Guess that was top deck heaven.
Still
or something.
nothing from Tapir. And
That's
the switch
great for
back
red.
into red.
Great move. That's a great move. You know why it's a great move? Because not only is it ice Tapir short, but guess what? Sanford knows no +2s are coming. Right? They've been used. It's great.
Okay.
In the yellow.
Yellow.
I mean, what if Sandfer might have wanted that?
I've been trying to bake.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been much yellow in a while, so I have to imagine that they each have some of that.
Yeah, I mean, they're both
Tapir
looking.
does.
They're both looking to just finish this off, hoping the draw city help them out here.
Ooh.
Sanford oversave
Ooh.
on the Euro reverses, looking for that possible Uno.
Ooh,
Yep.
Back to check
Back to Uno.
again.
That's crazy.
Well, Tapir, I mean,
But can
what
Tapir
can he
defend
do?
again?
What can he do?
Can't do anything.
Okay.
It's this game.
Helpless. Is this game?
It's
Nope.
not game.
No!
Oh my goodness.
Crazy stuff. Wow.
Patience
Yeah,
from
that's
Tapir works out.
That yellow.
That's
and
a heat
green-
check.
Wow.
That might be game.
Oh,
That's
he's
game,
calling
yep.
it. That's it.
It's game
Gloves
for who?
off.
Okay, it's
Tapir
just game
gets
for
on the
Tapir.
board again. 3-2. And Sandfer plays the 8, and there's a skip. That's it.
Whew. I mean,
Alright.
needed
No.
needed to
now.
win on a game that went longer, because if Sanford started to sense that longer games were a struggle for Tapir, it would have been real tough.
Okay.
What a series this has been, honestly.
Yeah, well, 3-2. Yeah, and we're
It's
barely
been a lot of
halfway.
mental chess.
All right, KT, let's go.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you good?
Look, I'm gonna ask Sanford. You did a good job of using that toaster guy strat. You're using everybody you play. You played toaster guy earlier in the season. You lost. You've done a good job with split ammo. You lost to China. You're learning the lessons and building a platform from the players you've lost to. But I want to know, with that +4 check, did you just think at that point you sense if worst comes to worst, I throw a +4, he gets in return, you neutralize it? And were you just confident in the sense that, hey, you know what? He threw a +2 off the bat. I also threw a plus. Were you just trying to go eye for an eye, feel it out, right, and just counter that production with the aggression that Tapir's throwing? Talk me through the aggression he's been throwing down and how you've had to counter and be on your toes.
I mean, yeah, it was the +2 on the start. It's like, you know what? Okay, he wants to give me 4. I'll give him 2. At least somewhat neutralized it. The +4, it's like I had the double color. I could have power played. Didn't want to. I figured, yeah, if worst case he has like +4 or even a +2. I don't even remember what color it was now. But yeah, like worst case he sends some cards back. Best case I get the win there. It is what it is.
Okay. 13 sessions says Tapir. I'm going to ask Tapir. Tapir did a great job, in my opinion. What ultimately won you the game was a little +2 control. Do you think sending it early, it's just, as things talked about, was just that counter aggression? That, you know what, I tried this aggression. It's an unlimited resource. Were you content knowing I'm going to throw that +2 early, get him back, try to force him into a situation? And did you learn from game 1 where Sanford did that to you on the +6 and it worked out? Talk me through it. And was that a top deck wild? I mean, we at this rate we got to ask it, right? It's been almost it's almost been a blessing and curse with the top decks. We've seen it all. Also, I'm sure this is my last game. Man. It's getting way too late for me.
Yes, sir. Sir, appreciate you. Blame Premiere Pro a little bit there. That's partly the problem, but that's fine. We got it. We got a good one on our hands here. So 3-2 now. Obviously, Nam waiting in the wings here, for the winner after he went the distance with Lane last night. What was a topsy-turvy series. Miss opportunity for Lane, which kind of started a downfall in a sense. Didn't get the Nuno call in time on a power play, which was pretty tough for him, of course. And that seemed to have been the defining moment for him at the end of the night, losing in 11 in what was a roller coaster series. It just looked like Lane was hosing Nam. It seemed like the tides were turning after all the hosing Nam is dished out. It was finally going the other way, but after that power play, things seemed to shift back the other way, and Nam ended up blazing his way back to an 11-game series win. Tapir saying absolutely trying something different. Sure, it was 13 starts, so you got to figure he has ammo, but I was trying to run out the clock. As far as the wild, yeah, that was top decked, and I figured needed a win on check, so I did what I could to get there. KT, any last thoughts on the game? KT, any last thoughts on the game before you head out?
No, I got one more game in me. This is the last game.
Oh, this is the oh, I thought you meant like this.
No, I'll stay for one more, and that's it.
Okay, one more. Do you have any other additional thoughts or that on this one?
No, no, he answers it pretty well. That at the end,
Just keep
at
going,
the end,
keep going.
at the end of the day, a top deck wild, right? You live and die by the sword, right? With this spot, you get a top deck wild, you're in heaven. You just get on the other side, it's like, man, you're in hell. It's heaven or hell with this bike. It's a reality that we have to face. It is what it is, right? It's part of it, and you just take those wins when you can get them. But I think I will say, I got one more game. This is a big moment for Tapir. Just think about it. If Sandfer wins this game, right, 4-2 is different than 3-3. Yeah, 50-50, right? That's for sure. What Kev says all the time. But let's do one last game, man, before I'm out of here.
Okay. So I'll take this table. Tapir now with that win cannot pick 13. So is the send reality, Tapir, or where are we going?
I was gonna also point out,
Yeah,
I
go
mean,
for it.
top deck heavens aren't necessarily gonna go away with the new bot. They're just not gonna be coming in as often. I've had a top deck game once, but it was only once. So
Oh man.
Oh boy, Tapir, what do you got, man?
Yeah, I'm kidding. Just choose it yourself. Don't be influenced by us.
he has 9 options.
That is
Can't pick
indeed
12
true.
and 13.
Yep. Oh, I feel like this is gonna. I feel like he's gonna. Feels like a fake out.
Wait. Yeah, hold on. Let's.
Yeah, the mind.
There you go.
Oh, he's
Okay,
going
there
for
you
it.
go.
He's going for it.
I really thought he was gonna say like 7.
the pre-game mind games is crazy.
He's
good-
playing mind games with the commentators. All right, game 6 anyway. 3-2 Tapir. Last game of the homestand. It's gonna go back to Sandfer after this one, and then it'll be a 2-2 homestand after that. So off we go. Zero sugar, cherry red. Oh baby, here we go.
Yeah, Maju was like,
Oh man. What in
for
the
Sting,
world?
the 7 seed, 7 cards.
Oh my god. If she said 7, I'd flip a virtual table Caesar.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even mind. That would be so funny.
Oh yeah, Caesar would flip it. You put the table flip like emoticon in the chat. Oh my god. Anyways, Sandfer going for the switch to green.
Tagoe, man. Tagoe for sure.
Oh yeah, you can tell this
Oh,
is
there
last
it is.
game.
Trips to the yellow. That's happening again.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Potential rainbow again. Oh boy.
Okay, I'm sorry. My team just unlocked the new puzzle hunt round.
Okay, well we're gonna
Sandfer
keep
the
it
top
yellow.
floor.
Oh yeah, you're going back to green now. This
Here with
is
Get the fear of the switch of his own.
well. Now it comes down to at this rate, who can switch the least? Maybe. Yeah, these guys. This is aggression. They both have played Tagoe. Yeah, you can tell I'm losing it now.
For the fear, I think he feels more comfortable with it because he went for the full send in terms of going for switches and whatnot. Yeah, I mean you could tell right here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you, buddy.
At even. Sandfer.
Last game that I'm out.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't even know that was muted. My bad.
Sandfer more content.
Sandfer more content. I'll play an A down the stretch here. Here's Tapir with the first shot, +2.
Sandfer likes to kind of go for the mirror play, but I mean, might give a different look this time. Well, yeah, there it is. The +2 right back. As I kind of thought that could have happened.
Well, that's what we saw earlier in the game with the red +2 in the last game. It's just mirror playing, for sure.
I wanna do my
Sandfer,
puzzle, but
what was that?
sorry. It's just private thoughts to myself. Didn't realize I was unmuted.
Oh, wow.
Oh, ho, ho, we're going to another switch. Red. Okay, haven't seen that since like the first few cards. And he's going for more aggression on the ammo. Not going to set Tapir back, but just to kind of bring it down lower to maybe put some more pressure.
Right now,
Well,
yeah, I was going to say, +4, rip it off.
There's that Band-Aid, KT. There's that Band-Aid.
Yeah, you got to rip it off. You got to rip it off.
Full send, honestly.
What?
Classic Tapir full send.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Sorry for
Mike kind of muffled. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, my
No,
bad.
you're good. I mean, it's just... No, I mean, right now, you got to rip it off. It comes back to that aggression moment where if you just go a little bit too counter-aggressive, you can get into a counter steer, and Sandfer's just trying to see what he can do here, try to test him out, right? See if his green's truthful.
or see if Tapir has a big run coming up and maybe just going to take the game. I feel like he's typing a lot to maybe indicate that, but I don't know. He types a lot sometimes. It might just be just a number.
See, now Yepez knows what he's doing too. See, with Sanford, and you got to think shorts. Yepez, right? I believe Yepez, Cesar, and I.
Oh,
hold the
yeah.
phone, hold the phone.
So we're looking for a run here, maybe. Is this gonna be a? Oh, this could be a monster.
I was
hand.
thinking.
Nope,
No, it ain't.
Nope,
Oh,
nope.
power
okay.
play.
Nope, no, the run's over. Don't
I think
matter.
that's 1 second.
Yeah,
Though. I
the
don't think
run's
that's gonna
over,
count.
but it's his turn, so it's an offensive, right?
It's not.
Technically,
No.
but does Sandfer want to use
technically
it
it's an
still?
offensive power
No, I think he was. Sanford, you're trying to.
Yeah,
He was going for
defensive.
defense. You can
So
retract it. He was going for
so
defense.
you wanna
He was going for. It
retract
was
it
1
then?
second. It was one. You gonna retract that, Sanford?
Oh, gotcha,
Okay.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Closing on
Yeah,
the
he can
wild
retract.
divi-
It was clearly
Interesting
that was
play.
1 second.
I think he
Yep,
was
nothing
full.
happened.
I think I think it was fully. He was fully intending
okay.
for that to go deeper than it was. It was 6 cards. It's not unheard of on the spot, and instead he closes it on a wild, and instead it'll be
Oh,
Sanford's
yeah,
turn
wow.
to play with the green.
Well, back to
you know what the
being-
crazy
Let's see if San-
the crazy part. Real quick. The crazy part about this short though, if you do that on the new bot, we legally that's gonna have to go through. So you gotta be careful with that. That's something to know. I didn't even think about that in the future. That's something you gotta
Oh,
watch.
yeah. You can't really
You could just
retract
have-
it, right?
Wait, isn't there the ref command?
Nope,
just have a ref
can't.
command that
You don't have to-
retracts the power play. Just ask MGR to make that. I'll post like the suggestion.
Yeah, maybe we should include that because I feel like retracting is better. Having the ability to do
We'll have
that.
to look into that.
Okay, anyways, game at hand. Sanford bums that one. Checks the table, puts him back 4.
Oh,
down
great
6.
one.
Tapir is dry on
My
red.
goodness.
Great job from Sanford to save the +4.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell after that power play, it might have given that away. So he's like, you know what, let's just throw it out there. And also, he probably could have won if he didn't use that +4.
Okay, power plays. Calling power plays iffy. He got the win. That doesn't matter. Like, if you get the win, you get the
Ooh.
win.
Come
Doesn't
on,
matter.
man. Sanford,
Like-
really?
And yeah, Tapir having a run to the finish at that point is not a bad idea. Not a bad thing to think either. I thought it was a run to the finish at 6. Like we saw now with a 10 card run to the finish last night. You were there, Pez. You know what happened.
Yeah, Nom does that. All
Yeah.
the time.
I mean, yeah,
it's
I mean,
not
in all
nothing's out of the
fairness.
question. It's not out of the question. And yeah,
Oh,
but like if you
another
get the win, a
wild
win is a win.
Tapir. Throwing it out there more so than, saving it. in interest
Yep,
of
as we said.
okay,
As we said, he's trying
Dan, we're gonna
out
draw
the
it
game
first.
board.
I think that's fair. Yellow 0. Yeah, I mean
Oh,
Stanford.
wow.
Once he gets the switch, he's just content at that point.
Yep, this man is always prepared for anything that Tapir can throw at him. Tapir is one of like the most probably chaotic players.
There's zero
and
sugar
Sandfer
switch
has
from
been
Sandfer to
handling
green.
Sandfer has just been handling Tapir with complete order, complete serenity.
Yeah, he's got the experience to deal with that chaos like that. And
Yep.
Tapir now
Well, he
goes
gets
for
back
yellow.
to yellow, but does Stanford have something?
Sanford just sees so many. He's played players such as
He's
Aiden
gonna
Smith.
draw. We'll see how this goes.
He's played Toaster guy. Now, I will say Tapir about one thing I noticed here. There's a
Oh,
lot of
hold the
Tapir
phone
happening.
again.
Game right here.
Hold the phone. The chef is cooking.
Oh, then I feel like this has got to be. Yep, that's got to be
2
it.
cards.
That's a 2.
Poorly.
That has
Stanford.
got to be it.
I don't see Stanford pulling the trigger here. He might take this game.
Tapir could pull Yepes, just like ask Sandfer if he wants to power play.
Oh, that's it. No,
He's
don't.
not
gonna- no.
Yeah, he
He's
will
not
not
gonna
do that.
Come on.
That's
now.
it.
Oh my word!
Oh God.
That's monster stuff there. There's
Tapir
nothing to ask.
down
That's monster.
3-1.
Where did that come from?
He pulled
Oh
it even.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that had to
fully
be.
functional. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well,
fair.
Tapir from down 3-1 pulls even now, and it's 3-3 after 6. JT, one more time, my man.
No, I mean, really, the only thing I'm going to ask is, Sanford, was that defensive power play just try and change momentum? Right? We just try and change. You just don't want us to get to a 3-3.
I was a little bit of trying to, at least on a 6-card run. I'm a little bit more okay with it being 4-card run or whatever that was. I could have. I had a +2 in there. In fact, actually, he gave me a +2 on one of them. Just didn't feel like using it on the second one.
Yeah, I just realized that 4-bagger
Yeah,
was all those last 4 cards were plus of something. It gave Sanford just it just gave Sanford cards that entire run.
Oh yeah, he was definitely in comeback territory, but what doesn't matter, obviously, with the game being over. And that's just monster hand for Tapir. I don't know what more you can say there.
Actually, I wasn't in comeback territory until he would have played the blue +4.
Yeah, exactly.
The
That's what I mean.
+4 at the end would have been what put it over 20.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
I guess the last thoughts I have, I gotta hit the bed. But
Yeah, sure.
the last thoughts I have now, it's 3-3 at this rate. Tapir still has, I believe, dose power play. Sanford's got 1. It's gonna come down to, I think, for Tapir, if he can stay plan A, right, and use split ammo, because I noticed with the Wild at that rate, you know, Tapir's had experience with Lane, right? Lane's a guy that Myth likes to do that. He's seen these guys around the block. Sanford's a guy that knows how to control the. He's seen players such as Aiden Smith. He's played. He knows. He's played Aria, right? Who can do 10, 12 baggers, right? He's seen it all. I want to know what the experience comes. The experience of just the witty player of Sanford comes down these last 5 games here, whereas the experience of Tapir now starting to find that aggression groove, is that to start to come into play. I think that will ultimately decide the winner. Have a great night. Short, if Sanford does pull this off, just let me know in my DM and I'll give him something special for a hundo. But
one more thing before you go to bed, predict a winner.
Oh no.
no, I'm not doing that.
It's like,
I'm not doing
that
it.
ain't happening. I knew it wasn't happening.
No. As a sideline reporter, I ain't predicting no winner.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Appreciate our sideline. Give it up for our sideline reporter KT asking those deep questions. We appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
Right. Good night.
Wrap it up for us.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, boys.
Yes, sir.
Well,
all right.
We'll see you today. It's Saturday morning.
No, it's not. Not here. Not where
Not
this
here.
streamer, not where
Okay,
this stream
well-
is originating. Anyways, it is just about that time. It is game 7 of this best of 11 series, and we're starting to get down to that nitty gritty game. It is now. Both are halfway to a spot in the finale. They need 3 more wins. We're going to see who gets it done in the next 6 at most, or next 5 at most. So, with that, Yoshi for the table call for game 7. Let's go. For
All right,
Sandfer.
so this is Sandfer's call, yeah. Just remind me what he can't pick.
Well, it's MCSR.
MCSR, yeah.
Yeah,
so whatever
I
you
know,
want.
I know. It's just one. I just don't remember that one card number, to be honest.
Oh,
These
was it?
games
Oh,
have
was
been
it
long.
count for 9?
Sandfer can pick 9 and 6.
No,
You
well,
No,
Like,
it's MCSR. MCSR.
it's just 9. It's just 9.
Oh yeah.
Read the pin rolls.
Oh, well, then I'm not going to
Pin
worry about going to
rules.
5. Let's go back to 6.
Oh boy.
Pinned rules post. Thank you. So we're gonna go. So going for 6. Here we go. Game 7, 6 card start. Sandfer joins, and Tapir read that one like a book. Inner KT right there. He joins up. Here we go. Game 7, 3-3, 3 wins for a finale spot, and it's Sandfer will start, and the yellow 5 is on the board.
Oh no way.
Oh wow! Again, the early
Idiot.
switches from Sandfer being a little more aggressive. We've seen definitely more aggression here in the later stages here in these games. The last
Red line
couple.
from here. Yeah, we've seen more aggression from like both players really, and this is like the 4th time this series that we've started off with just a direct color change. Like,
We've seen a lot of plays like that. They're really trying to rattle each other's cages. I've seen a lot of that across this tournament, like a lot of aggressive first turn switch.
yeah, I'd honestly say that like in terms of pure skill, these two are pretty evenly matched. So like, of course, it's gonna come down to like who can play mind games.
What a switch. That's
A
not good
massive
for
switch.
Tapir. What does Stanford have? Oh, okay, doesn't have it either.
It's a classic.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
back to
6 cards.
Back to Draw City in the green. Wow, look at that.
It is
See,
6
that's-
cards. Sometimes
That's a
they
classic
go-
low tier. There's a
Someti-
couple winks. Nothing.
sometimes they go for a switch that you may think be the game finisher, but it ends up just causing a draw. We go back to red. Gonna be an interesting situation here. Nothing from Stanford. Does Tapir have anything? Does. Gives him a chance to run it down and take back and bring the gap to be a little bit closer. I do think Stanford's is in the lead a little bit.
+4 to the blue.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just check. Interesting.
Yeah, he. I mean, Sanford does not mind these just getting the check. Like
That might have been what he
with
was
these
looking for off that
+4s.
green there as well, because he did play the green 9 off that. May have wanted to switch off that green, but unfortunately Tapir also top decked to 6, so that might have at least flushed that +4 out for him.
I mean, really, Tapir's done. I mean, from the times that Sanford's got to Uno, Tapir's actually done pretty well to kind of prevent the win. And I feel like that's hard to do against someone like Sandfer, where I feel like he could definitely trip up some people when they get to Uno off of a +4. But Tapir not going to even think about that and just +4 him right back.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No brainer there.
Tapir's been way less rattled than I thought he would be. That's really super impressive. Like, I don't have anything else.
I mean, yeah, I mean that you got to be in that position. Like
Yeah, you can't let it all get to your head, like any of the outside noise of like say Super League or playing a name like Sandfer. Like, I mean that's really kind of a sense of how Tapir getting to the Final Four. But this is one of the biggest names he's played to date.
You can't let me Yeah, you can't let me glazing you nonstop get to you either.
All right. We go into another switch here. Tapir was drawing on this earlier, but he's got some this time. Sandfer. Oh,
Wow.
he's gonna
Okay.
potentially end the game.
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
4-3.
Yeah, that's game.
Wow.
to
I
Wild
don't like that power
Wild
play, by the
Blue
way. That was like...
and Sandfer is out of power plays. Tapir still with both, and he goes up 4-3. All right. Well, I guess a couple things for you, Sandfer. I'm just a basic one here off the start here. Obviously, I saw that +4 chain for the blue. I'm guessing that based on the fact you closed on the 9, you might have been looking for that number efficiency in the green, considering he top decked that 6 and you went back to the draw. I don't know if I cut out there. I might have cut out.
You did a little bit, but I think I got the gist of the question. Yeah, it was definitely a hope into the. It was definitely looking at going into the blue 9 after the green 9, but it is what it is. We both top decked to green. It's not nothing to say that I could have just drawn and then gotten anything better anyway. So
yeah, so with that you probably would have been able to, if you had that 9 off, I'm guessing you would have saved that power play as well. That's also key there.
Yeah, would have, but
yeah,
like I said, Tapir could have easily had 2 greens at that point and just been drawing to draw. So
yeah, that's definitely for sure. Yeah, we've seen a lot of that kind of strategy, a lot of back pocket. Here. So and now getting that wild also, just did you see that power play come into focus when you ran down that green as well? I mean, did it seem like you needed to do that on that? You think he probably had something in his back pocket with the blue? Is my mic still cutting on me? I don't know what's going on.
No, I heard the question.
Okay.
I did mention
it was fine there.
No, we hear you. We hear you.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Hear.
I noticed it's not like staying like clean.
Well, it cuts out a little bit, but like you can still hear like 9 out of 10 words.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, true. So we basically
did you have anything on that one then, or any what I just asked, or?
I thought you were asking Tapir the question.
Oh no, I was just saying with the power play. Did you think that he had something? I'm guessing you probably thought he had something to contend with on the blue. I wonder if Tapir also.
I was thinking about how he's been saving up +4 so much.
The generator, yeah.
Oh yeah.
+4 generator.
Yeah. Tapir, did you have anything to counter if he just played the wild without a power play?
It's hard to say. I mean, I still think it was fair to use.
No, I don't think it was a bad one, but I don't think it was a bad move.
It's one of those things. I didn't necessarily want to just like automatically save it to the last game no matter what.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and obviously that can show you have confidence that you can get it done cleanly without any power play in the next 2 games, because you're now 2 wins away from the finale.
I mean, I've had to do it for 2 of the games already, so.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
I do also think that even if Tapir had something to counter, I don't like this power play, honestly, because
if he had something to counter, it's a perfect power play.
I'm a scrub and he's a 1 seed, so I don't like. You can ignore my comments, but
okay. Oh wow.
Okay. Oh well.
I mean, like it's all about hindsight. You can't say that like in the moment. You can't say it's a bad power play. It's all about the moment and how you see the situation. You know.
Yeah.
Like
for me, it's like. Oh, go for it.
Oh yeah, well it's all about hindsight. Like that's a lot of hindsight kind of stuff. It's like, oh well, he didn't have anything to bomb me with
this time.
Didn't have it this time, but that doesn't mean it can't happen another time. Like it's all that's a luck based thing. But like
hindsight is always perfect vision.
Yeah, And obviously, I doubt, based on how you've answered what I've asked, I'm guessing that you're not of the belief that the power play lock that we hear a lot from, like, say, Pez, for example,
Yeah.
because Tapir still
Pez
got
loves
those 2 power plays in his pocket. He can power play his way to a 5-4 lead on you, but obviously that's if he has the situation, if the cards line up for him.
Yeah, power
Just
play
what-
games are like
Just I
power
guess
play.
just just I guess one
Where were you
last
going
thing.
with this?
Sting, be quiet. Sandfer, just obviously, I'm guessing you're not of the mind of that the power play lock. Like, Tapir still got both his power plays. He could, if he has the cards lined up for him, he could go up 5-4. Does that even cross your mind? Or are you just focused on trying to get the job done and make sure he's not in the position at all to do that?
I mean, even if I hadn't power played, he still could have had that situation. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'm not. overly worried about it.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, that's all I can ever ask about that.
I love how I muted, even though I know I have next card.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we got. Yeah, this could be a pivotal game for Sandfer, for Tapir, both of them really, and 2 power plays for Tapir. Yoshi, do you think you see Tapir really try and consider that power play, or Tapir consider the power play here? I mean, it's if he has the situation, because I mean, it could be pivotal for him, because down 4-3 is gonna be tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to try and to try and save them for as long as he can, but of course, I think there's going to be a time and place for to use it. So if he sees it in this next game, I think it would be better to use it than not. But hey, it's the risk. It's a risk you're willing to take. I mean, for Sandfer, now that he's used his power plays, it's really on Tapir to use his effectively. And if he doesn't, Sandfer just gets it done. So Tapir just got, in a sense, has a little bit more pressure now because with the power play control, he's got to use it right, because otherwise the momentum will stay on Sandfer's side.
4, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is huge. It's just like 2-2 and 3-1 in a best of 7. It's all the same thing. It's either it's either being down in a clinching scenario or being in a best of 3. We'll have to see. Yeah, being effective, should shift the win win probability is whatever.
By at least 30%.
Well, whatever, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
Just calculate win probability.
Oh my
You're
god.
going to have 2 It's an estimate. It's a rough estimate, but like, if you're using a power play, I honestly feel like if you're already like really likely to win, and you're using a power play to just guarantee it, I'm like not sure that's good. That's like dubious for me.
But it's not a guarantee. Having a power play does not guarantee you anything. We've seen it plenty of times where it's gone sideways. We saw it last night with Lane. It is not a lock. You gotta have the right cards in the right place, and you have to do it at the right time. Do it effectively. It is that is plain and simple. Yeah, exactly. So, my god. Anyways,
Guy. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Sandford is game 8. Can't pick that sender. How many?
How about 8 for 8?
8 for 8. Crazy 8s. So, of course, Tapir with the 2 power plays. We'll see if he tries to win it with the gloves off, or maybe we find a power play pop up here.
I thought Sandfer couldn't pick 6.
No, he just won. He just won
on
the
6.
sender. Or on the 6.
On
I'm
6.
sorry. I'm 6.
I was
I'm
gonna
sorry.
say-
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
Like, wait a minute.
I'm fried, man. Y'all are
your
messing
nose
me
is
up.
open.
Y'all are
Yeah,
messing me
right.
up. I gotta work in the morning. Anyway, yellow 5 to
My bad.
start.
6 card start, yellow 5 start.
Oh, look, it's the yellow 5. Congratulations, it finally showed up.
Tapir knows that this is an all hands on deck moment. He said the difference between 5-3 and 4-4 on a best of 11, it's huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
So,
Just like a 2-2 or a 3-1 in a best of 7.
Okay, Sandfer maybe.
If Sandfer gets into
Wow.
dangerous territory,
Yellow.
I would expect a defensive power play.
Well, we start off with Sandfer, taking a bit of aggression into his own hands, and unfortunately, Tapir has the switch right off the gate, forcing the draw. Sandfer's got to think now
0 minutes.
already, with just like a few turns in. Yeah, I mean the
Wow.
aggression you could tell it's
Close
coming
score,
in.
yeah.
I mean,
Up to 9 for Tapir. Scoreboard flips.
Sandfer's talked
Sandfer
about.
up down to 4.
And you can tell Sandfer also really wants to win this. He really wants to go up 5-3 because it means that Tapir is going to have to be forced to use a defensive power play maybe in game 9.
It'll depend on the situation. Hands could be hands. You never know. And of course, Tapir's going to have the
Right.
next 2 calls.
True.
If we have
Hands-
2 of them.
well, keeping it red eventually forces the draw on both of them. Think Tapir's got to be content with this. Probably should wait to switch for as long as he can. Red 0 though. That's an interesting play there.
That's conveying that Sandfer can go for a lot longer. And oh no, never mind.
Well, walked right into
Nah,
that.
they were gonna draw after that.
You know how it feels now. Red 3 now for Sandfer, a little wink.
Okay.
Yeah, Cesar making a good point. He held off a power play to win in series against Sandfer. Cesar did, but couldn't string the hands to use it effectively. So we'll have to see.
Green 6. I mean, now it's gonna come down to can Sandfer run down these greens? Maybe Tapir will go for another switch to maybe try and. Well, we're gonna see a ditto actually. Yeah. Okay.
True.
Wow. It's rare when you see a ditto and then the player draws after that.
And then Tapir doesn't ditto to draw.
Well, there was only 2 green 6s. Yeah, this allows Tapir to keep running down the greens. Really, he's really not switching. He's not going aggressive in terms of the switches, which is definitely helping. Oh yeah, he's sensing that that's what he's looking to do. I mean, of course, if Sandfer didn't have the finish there, he's gonna want to build a chain for sure.
Yeah, we can totally tell Tapir has Control V, he has Uno PP in that clipboard, and he's ready to send it at a moment's notice.
Yeah, but Sandfer's one. He's not. He will
Well-
get that run out. He usually is one to get the run out quick when that defensive power play is lurking. He will type it out, and he'll make sure there isn't a second of daylight between them. If
Wow.
it's a
Switching
major
to blue,
run.
you wouldn't think that's a safe play.
Oh,
but,
wow.
oh,
Wow, Yellow Wild. Tapir's going super aggressive here.
This is where the patience of Sandford comes in. I mean, if he got anything off the draw, he would have to use it right here.
Yeah. I really wonder if Tapir
Yeah,
double
Plus
Plus
2,
2.
beautiful. Honestly, you had
Yeah.
to do it.
incredible.
Dead even Tapir though can take
4-4.
the possession arrow lead here with a card play.
4 is Tapir's number. If Tapir
Oh, he's
could
got
do
another
Oh,
plus
punishes him.
I mean, that might have been the what's it called? That might have been the last 2 cards. So
He repurposed that +4 generator into an ammo generator.
I don't know if he
Oh.
wanted to reveal that. I get,
Well,
I get it, but
we'll see how it all plays out.
we'll see. We'll see what Sandfer can do. He's gonna play yellow 0, maybe anticipating the draw here.
Might be looking for a switch. Might have been thinking that he was gonna switch
Oh,
there.
wait a minute. Does Tapir have the finish still?
Oh
Oh,
my!
Well,
Mind
then-
games. We are at 4-4. The
might
mind
have been
top
off the
deck
plan, dude,
glory.
which-
Tapir
Oh,
is
well,
at
okay.
Yepez's.
I guess
Tapir
it was
is
off.
at Yepez's Forsaken power play lock.
It was off the +2, which basically indicated that Sandfer had nothing he could do because he did it right. He did everything right. Just the cards gave him the +2 gave him what he needed.
Tapir, was that comment prior to Sanford Zero play? Was that a little bit of a mind game, or was that just a general comment? Was that were you trying to maybe get in his head there a little bit?
draw
my
on my-
+2 was a +2.
Oh my god!
You
If the
cannot
peer
be
drew,
serious.
oh well, I don't. He wouldn't have done that, but that would have been funny. And then Sandfer would have been like, "Oh, I got another one."
Yeah. Yeah, but Tapir, was that comment made up there trying to mess with Sanford's head there a little, or were you just kind of speaking that out generally?
Tapir
No,
never.
I don't. Yeah, you don't have to reveal that, obviously, but I'm just curious because that really seemed like it might have been considering the +4.
Oh, Yepez! I guess Yepez predicted it. Yepez predicted it.
If Tapir lied, then my life is a lie.
Well, it was his finisher. I'm talking about mind games because it's like.
Well,
no, I'm just saying
yeah.
like it was probably his finisher, but I'm just thinking like that kind of making that kind of comment out in the middle of the game is trying to throw him off a little bit to say like, hey, oh man, that was my finisher. Oh, okay, I'll play this 0 because I don't think you have it. Well, surprise, Top Deck +4 has joined the chat. That's really the gist of it. Is what I saw there. That was pretty good.
Even if it didn't really matter.
No, it really didn't.
No, I do think it.
No, like literally the only things I could have played once he had the 2 was yellow 0 or yellow 1. So
yeah.
Alright.
Well, he was still trying to play that kind of thing. Yeah.
You can never count out Sandfer. He is a clutch master.
Yeah, the
Oh,
thing is, Yepez, it is still only tied as well. It's not even like it's not even that. It's not even as bad of a situation as a down 3-2 because the equivalent of that would be 5-4 in Tapir's favor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is not the same as not lane at all. Excuse me.
well then, okay, I
Working
don't. I feel like I think the questions that we needed to ask were answered.
Yeah.
It's just been a really good series all around.
Yeah,
But we still got more to go.
Yeah. And now it is time. And it is game 9. And it's gonna go back to Tapir. Yeah, and it is a best of 3. And we could say this another 100 million times, the UUL experience, and it's going to the GM of the Weberville Ducks.
I know
Tapir.
what Tapir can't pick. I know
GM
what
of
he
the
can't
Weberville
pick.
Ducks, who by the way are not a playoff team.
The fall from glory. Go ahead, Yoshi.
All right,
sorry.
Tapir, you can't pick 8. What's the call?
I'll never forget that one Weberville season. Nobody.
Well,
likes
that's
orange.
just mean. That's my favorite color.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what
mine
do you
as well.
think Yoshi's profile
you're saying
is,
nobody
bro?
likes orange. Orange vanilla colada is my favorite Middle Road Energy, and I was drinking.
Actually, I like
that.
red
Oh.
better.
I don't like the cherry. I never
Yes.
had.
Tapir, what
I've
do you
never
think we go
had
for
luck
in this
with it
best
either.
of 3 situation?
Wait, are you saying you've never had luck with the cherry, or you just don't like it?
Brew, what card start then? I think
don't
I see
like
the
it,
vision.
and then any
I
series,
see the vision.
any series I've played where I've been drinking the dark cherry, I usually lose. So
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
All right. That's a nugget. We start with the OG. Here we go. Game 9. It is a best of 3. Tapir with 2 power plays, mind you. We'll see what that entails as we get into game 9. Not a lock, but a possibility.
Okay.
Yep.
Another yellow start, but not the yellow 5. Going to keeping it cool on the yellow. And there's a ditto.
Ready.
Immediately.
Wow,
And that's
Tapir gonna take
what the
advantage
ditto
of
play
that.
can bring, and it's in a low tier start could spell danger.
Wow, this is incredibly aggressive on both ends. Like, I know you said they were playing aggressive before. This honestly seems like a step up.
I'll have to see. Just one switch here. Still early
I
on.
mean, I mean, for both these players, I feel like going aggressive is not a bad move because for Sandfer, he knows that the power plays are there. For Tapir, he knows that Sandfer could easily close out games with just playing a little bit better. And there's a draw from Sandfer. Gonna test of what Tapir has left. He's got a green 9.
As Tapir would say, that is sus.
Could be. And wow, what a switch! You had to expect a draw after that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Wow.
Hold on. Controlling the narrative.
Big play from Charles Sandfer
Here is
Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Oh, is he gonna draw again here?
I'm starting.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder if these comments. I feel like these comments are more trying to be mind games. I think Tapir's trying to play mind games less so than just.
Never lies.
True.
Never lies.
Back to yellow.
He also he did earlier, and it's all he kind of did earlier, and he's also lost.
Sandfer maybe thinking about
yeah.
aggression.
I said Tapir never lies, not that he never loses, but that's true also.
+4.
I think Stingray loses. I guess Stingray loses. +4. Right. Meanwhile, Sandfer's down to check. We're going down rabbit holes again.
Been in a situation like this last game. The only difference could be, does Tapir have a +4? He doesn't. He got to switch into yellow, but is that
good? Yes.
Oh,
wow.
Massive clutch switch right there.
Incredible. I mean, you had to figure with 11 cards, he would have at least 1 5 or a wild or a +2 or a +4.
Man, it's tough out here, but he doesn't care.
And that is a KT classic.
Oh no!
Wow. That's not a KT classic, but it is a classic switch. But
Tapir.
that is top deck heaven for Charles Sandfer, and there's nothing much more you could say about it. But Tapir, is the generator on for Tapir here?
I mean, just needs a wild.
Oh. Huh?
He also can't power play either, so he's just gotta.
Yeah, he cannot power play a Uno. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I think the generator's on. The generator's on. The generator's on! Oh!
Sandfer back up to 5.
Got a problem.
Also gives the reveal.
We have a problem.
And that's a good resetter there. Back to 5. The generator's on for Tapir. I saw that coming.
We're getting another ditto.
99 missed calls from Houston. Oh my god.
Another 5 from Tapir.
Tapir really?
Nothing from Sandfer. The +4 didn't help.
Sandfer went to, are you Tapir because you have a +4 generator, or do you have a +4
back to
generator
red. Is
because you're
that gonna
Tapir?
isolate Tapir?
Yeah, probably.
Man,
No!
but he has a 2. He has a 2. That's the thing.
Wow! I was
mean,
about to say God was on Sandfer's side, but no, not at all.
Well, we'll see what Sandfer does in response.
He had
Nope.
another.
You spoke too soon, Stingray. Spoke too soon.
sorry.
+4s to Sandfer.
Dingstradamus.
My God.
Well, that could be the red that Sandfer had to finish. Tapir not gonna.
Wow.
Yeah, Tapir with the
What?
+2 though. That's
This
an
is like a
interesting move.
pickleball match. Back and
I'm not
forth.
sure if
back
that
and
plus-
forth.
was needed.
Except it's not as loud.
Yeah.
Tapir. He's typing. Sandfer's now typing.
Yeah.
Red
Both of
This
them are
game
9.
is
typing.
ping pong at 0 ping. Oh,
Is this
my.
a draw from Tapir? I could see it, but
It could be.
No,
No, we got the
okay.
top to the bottom floor.
Tapir went into pun game 1-0.
red 4 +2 gone. Tapir out of reds.
And it could
Okay,
that be
Sandfer
game?
runs
No,
out, though.
Sandfer draws again. And we're firmly entrenched in Draw City. So much chaos only to go into a
Whoa.
okay.
Oh, 5. Just clint play.
The
Clint play.
Clint's play. Yep. Typo,
Well
my
then.
bad. Or was it?
No,
What-
the bot
Well, the
says
bot
no.
kind of gave it away.
What? Oh. Okay, chill. Here back to the draw, and they're expected to go to Draw City again.
Yep. And it is
well,
only
hold
briefly
on,
Wow.
hold on. Full blink.
Interesting double
That's
there.
a double. That's a
Full
half
blink.
break. But is that gonna break the? Is that gonna
Oh
break?
no!
I think
no.
fat fingers
Oh,
are
man.
also a subset of the typo.
Anyways, oh my goodness.
But that's not gonna break the.
I mean, this
Draw
game 9
City,
is so
it?
intense. It feels like it's the final game, but
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it could be in
honestly,
a
it
best
could
of
be.
9. If this was a
Yeah, you have to win-
Evergreen 8, you know.
You'd have to win 2 games in a row, doesn't it? Don't you?
Well, yeah, basically.
red 8,
Win 2 games to win it.
nothing.
And if Tapir wins, then he has 2 power plays, and there's 2 games remaining, and he has to win 1 of them.
Red 7.
So Sandfer really doesn't want to lose this, I'd say. Like, I know he can pull off
We
these
go
insane
yellow.
comebacks, but
We'll
everybody
see
has
how
the
this works
limits.
out for both players. They're both close to an extent. There's only one there's only one +4 remaining. Wow. Uses the 0 to switch. That's interesting. It worked to draw Sandfer out, but what does Tapir have off of it? Okay, green 1. Gets a green 2. We're just counting down. We're counting up, actually. We are continuing to count up. Is there
1,
a 4?
2, 3, D.
Mm,
And we're back in Draw City after a quick count. Great.
well, okay, yeah. Nothing from Tapir.
Sandfer fails at counting.
Well, there it is. Had to
Tapir
maybe
tries to
wait
continue
a
the
little bit.
counting again.
Tapir maybe looking for the switch.
Tapir
He's
looking
got
for
it.
the 5. Yep. He loves the number 4, and he's making his home on it.
What can Sandford do? He's gonna double play.
Sandfer responds again.
I mean, they're both
Ooh.
close.
They
Tapir maybe
are.
looking for that Uno.
Might be a win.
Or maybe
This
thinking
is-
about the power play. He's gonna go for the Uno.
Wow.
Not
The
using
Uno?
power play could be a sign that he may not have anything.
Nothing
but
from
Sandford,
Sandford,
nothing.
maybe-
Draws!
For,
Is this it?
no,
I was
no.
gonna
No!
say, yeah.
Yeah, I think
You know,
that not
Sandford
using
played
the
the
power
patient
play, that's a
game.
big tell. That's a big tell that he didn't have anything to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, Tapir top deck potentially.
Oh
My goodness.
Oh man.
Yeah, I
Top
still
deck.
think I feel like if you're
Man.
Sandfer, you gotta know. I think you gotta be aware if he's not power playing, he's either because at this point,
That
if you have a
that's
chance to win it, you're gonna power play because you need to get them both, and you have two of
that's
them.
the mind game though that Tapir could be playing.
Yeah, he could. It could be a bluff. It also could be a bluff. Yeah, that's what I said.
Does he
But
have the 4? Does he
Well,
have the 4? Oh, he had a unbelievable top deck 9 to give him the
good read,
game
Yoshi.
9
Good read.
win.
Good read.
Incredible. Wow.
I mean,
Oh my God.
he wasn't lying in the, he wasn't lying. What's it called? He wasn't lying in the first Uno, and then he's like, you know what? Let's not use it in when he gets the top deck.
Oh my goodness. The school of KT reads.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Tapir, were you thinking like you're thinking like I'm not going to use the power play because you're thinking, yeah, I want to throw him off, make sure he because like you got to Uno and Drew there, so then we're talking like, well, why not? Because because then that's a sign. But I guess it's no different. But it's a little bit of a bluff there. Was that kind of the mindset there? Where you're just like, yeah, I'll just go for it. But also considering back there blue, yeah. Everyone expected the feels like now we'll save it. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter now. You can't use both because you're up 5-4. So you can only use one of them, or I guess you could use two of them in a game.
No, he can use 2 in one game.
Oh, what the heck are? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is Jesus.
Wait. I wasn't paying attention, you Pez. What do you mean by that?
Ask Yoshi what?
Are you saying me the last time I used the power play, it backfired horribly? Oh.
Oh God.
Well, yeah, I know. I mean, there's that.
Generator.
I will say it's funny every single time like I play an action card and then end up because I have like a number swap and then I have to draw and I get the same exact action card I just played.
Has that
Wow.
just been the has that just kind of been the story of that one? Just like not
I mean it
you,
happened. That blue reverse I got after playing the red reverse.
Oh.
Tapir is gonna have
wrong.
3 blue 9s in his hand next game.
Ironically enough, like hindsight's 20. We talked about hindsight 2020. Had I not, because I could have played the red 6 and then had to draw. Had I not played the red reverse, one card later, then I get the swap into the blue 6 I would have wanted. So
Yeah, it's all hindsight.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's all hindsight. I don't think there's real. Y'all played a tremendous series. I don't think there's really anything
I mean,
you can
like,
be like
having an ability to play your hand to a finish. Like you almost got to take advantage of it. So
right, exactly. It's not. Oh, okay, all right, whatever. Yoshi, I'm out of words. I don't know. I don't know what's happening in front of me.
Yes, sing Tapir, the classic
am I wrong?
table talk.
Okay.
Look, I think these two are playing just really, really good. You know, we'll see.
Come on, am I wrong? Sandfer,
come on.
if he clutches this out, that would be crazy.
No, but the thing is, like, I wouldn't even say it's like in the way these two are playing, it could very well happen. I wouldn't even be that surprised. It's a long road. It's a long road, but it's only 2 games. And if Tapir's forced to use a power play, and then, you know, a lot can happen still. We still have to see what game 10 has in store.
We are far from a resolution to this one. And yeah, it's far from over, really.
Okay.
Despite the power plays, it's not a lock. It's not a lock and key until you've got the cards to make the combo. So we'll go to game 10.
Yeah. Tapir, your final call for the entire series. You just can't pick 7. So, how many cards?
I also agree with Yepes that Charles
14.
has been playing exceptionally in all of these games, and he's just gotten screwed due to like worse luck. Which, not to discredit Tapir, he's also been playing amazingly in all of these games.
It's a
Like,
good
this is probably
series. It's a good series when the bot isn't dominating the storyline. We love to see it. Green 9 to start.
Yeah, I think, I feel like luck is, even with the new bot, luck's going to be at least a little bit, at least there's still going to be some luck factor in the new bot. I mean,
yeah. And that's what Uno is. That's all it's based on. But like we've adopted all these strategies, and now this bot is gonna help those strategies grow and sprout, grow great flowers. In terms of the strategy. But
again.
Wait, not 7.
Cesar says, "I swear to God, you better not have jinxed us."
Jinxed. Yeah.
we've only had one.
At this point, I don't. Well, we've already had 10. We've already had 9 great games. Come on, man.
We've only had one monster game. I mean, I think this is still a great series no matter what.
And it was a 6-card start too.
Oh,
so,
wow!
And that's what you see in a low tier, like that we have trips 0 sugar on the board. Meanwhile, and
I don't think we're seeing the quad unless Sandfer is just gonna rip the top off.
Impressive. That's
yeah.
If Tapir said impressive, the green 0 would have
Skittles.
dropped in.
We didn't get the 0 Skittles.
Terrible. I think we've had it before, but it was like one time.
Yeah, it's only happened once. I can't remember what series it was.
Me neither, but I know it happened.
I feel like I was there.
Red 3, we're continuing the switches.
Yep. Does this look familiar?
Huh? Oh boy.
Yeah.
I was saying, does this look familiar to Yepes?
Ditto play on the red 9. Red 2. It's about running it down and seeing who gets to the end first. Sandfer knows that Tapir only needs to end the game a turn earlier than he can to win any of these next 2 games. So he has to keep that in mind as he plays this 14 card start, which could give him some options. Wow! Again with the mirroring.
Imagine if Tapir just ends the match with 2 power plays left.
Well, but why?
But why?
Why is this a relevant point of conversation? We have a game going on. Like,
true. My bad.
We'll see what happens. I mean, like, he may not need the power play. That's also another thing, but that's another question.
That's true. Like, there
he may
are some
not
games
need it,
where...
but it's. I think in this situation, I feel like it's got to be a consideration.
I was gonna say, like, there are some times where you get the run because someone switched into the color you needed it to switch on, but that's the only situation.
Oh man.
Where the power play wouldn't be necessary. But anyway, a triple to go into Pandora's box.
But Tapir with the crossback.
Wow. I mean, both these players have been getting these crossbacks. Sandfer, has sometimes gets those answers where he can switch right back into it. But sometimes he doesn't.
Oh,
that's where he's going to use the +4.
What?
I don't mind that at all.
Now he's down to 3. This could be big.
This is where the aggression needs to come in for Sandfer, and he knows it. That's why he went for it. So
Tapir maybe
goes
considering
to game 11.
It
green reverse, potentially for a switch again. No, he's going to triple play.
No added cards to him. This could be a triple finish. It's possible. That's a
Yeah,
little bit of a goaded
yeah.
hand for Sandfer. So
I would not doubt him.
there it is.
And he does!
Another
He gets
plus
it!
4.
Oh, and the wild finish, a little bit of a. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that's the hand he needed.
Let's go. I know it's goaded hand, but still.
Yeah, goaded hand. Yeah, and Sandfer, I have nothing more than goaded hand.
Tapir, I mean,
don't-
that's what Tapir had 1 game, so now it's evened out.
Yeah, it's all even now. And like I said, I mean, even if it's a hosing type game 11, this is still overall the series. The bot is not the main story, and it won't be the main story if someone gets hosed in game 11. This has been a remarkable series. Yeah, no way you can compete with that. I don't think there's really anything you can say there. But Tapir did all he could, Yoshi. He really could with whatever. I don't know, he's muted. But he did all he could with those switches. He's still playing aggressive, and now he's got 2 power plays to boot. It'll be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah, really just a perfectly timed +4 from Sandfer, because it just seemed like, he just wanted to get out of that yellow, and then all of a sudden he gets that 3-card run to the finish, which really, I think, Tapir, I don't think he needed to use the power play, even if it would have benefited him, just because of the hand that Sandfer got. I feel like that power play wouldn't have done much. So, really, Tapir's just gotta focus up on whatever Sandfer goes for in this final game and hope that he can use that power play to lock himself into the finale, because now this could come down to what does the bot give these two people, or it could be one of those great long games where the mind games are going to really be the deciding factor. There's a lot at stake, and you could tell that these two really want to make it to the finale. So I'm just I mean, like Cesar said in the beginning of the series, this was going to be a series where sitting back and watching it is probably more enjoyable than actually commentating. But I mean, I'm still having fun around here.
Oh yeah, we're all having fun in here.
Yeah.
Finally
True.
seeing what a Tapir who doesn't live in Michigan can do. Weberville is in Michigan. Oh,
That makes sense.
He's in Australia right now, I think he said.
is he? Shoot.
That brings Nick into the VC for the perfect timing, because we are
Yep. Because
going
he
into
is
the final game.
witnessing
Yeah, I think it's
the
about
biggest
that
game
time.
of the tournament so far.
It's the second. Both Final
tied
Four
for
series have gone 11, and it's
Yeah.
time for
Yep.
game 11. And Sandfer, you get the last word, man, and you can't pick that double OG. How many?
Yeah, and you can't tell me you don't like something and expect me to go back to it. I'm not going to go for the 3 for 3 on 6. Let's make it 5-card sprint.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Fair
That's
enough.
that's a common play. Common play. No send.
This is gonna do it. I mean, what a rare occurrence for a final game, but you know why he went for it.
No.
We got the knowledge of the fact that one turn he can't power play on the first turn, so if Sandfer gets that,
Oh my!
God.
And that's
God.
one less. That is one less +4 on the board now. That is
And Tapir's playing.
That's good, yeah. But the
Tapir's
thing is,
+4
right,
generator triggered too early. It started the game instead of putting it in his hand.
if Sandfer has he doesn't.
And yeah, Sandfer's not gonna draw into game 11.
This is
No.
Wouldn't draw.
we are not.
Why would he
We
do
are
that?
not background. We are not background.
Down
Anyway.
to 3, just like that.
I'm still gonna call
Down
that
to
the
3
Nam
for
special.
both.
Wow.
Stand by.
Nothing
Sandfer
from
draws.
Sandfer.
Tapir.
Tapir. All it takes is the
Tapir gonna have
power
a
play.
triple to finish.
That's all it takes. Does he have it? He's got the
Ready.
switch.
He doesn't need it. To red.
Wait, hold on.
But to Sandfer, if he did fair. Uh-oh.
But wait, the
Uh-oh.
red might help Sandfer
If he
here.
had the triple is what he's saying. That is fair.
He's got a
There's
double.
though.
Tapir looking for it.
Tapir
see
for
if
the
Tapir
double
can
for the
finish.
win. For the
Down to
series.
2.
For a
Sandfer's down to 2
finale.
as well.
He steps away. Takes a moment.
Oh
Comes
no.
in.
He means. What does he mean?
Oh, they're both
No
locked at
table.
dose. Oh
That's
my
what he
goodness.
This is
Oh.
crazy. Power play.
There it is!
So
There it is! It's a
I had a feeling
stall!
it wasn't
It's a
for the finish.
stall!
I had a feeling it wasn't for the finish.
It's a stall!
He
Wait a
didn't
minute.
feel confident there. Okay.
Sandfer says, huh. That's mind game. Sandfer has a triple now.
Tapir with one power play. Still up there, but he can't use it right now because
Oh my god.
he has to wait another set of turns before he can use his second one. Red
Oh.
7,
Okay, top deck. Wow.
Red
Sandfer
2.
goes. Sandfer stop it.
Now Tapir could use it, but he can't.
And Sandfer's back down to 2.
Oh,
Sandfer-
ditto to
Ditto
no.
check!
We'll see if this is it.
No.
It's not.
No. Sandfer's back up
Wow.
to 2.
Wow.
This is
Wow,
so
wow, wow.
intense. My heart
I mean,
is
all
beating.
Sandfer needs is a top deck. Didn't get it there.
Yep,
That
and
power
the top
play-
deck master.
That power play, from my
We'll
view,
see.
at least, Yoshi just seemed like trying to kill the momentum, really. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
Sa-
just in case he
could have
had
maybe
a.
thrown a wrench into Sanford's plan, like give him like a, if he had a double finish and he had a, maybe throw him like a green or something, anything. I think he's just trying to
True.
stall him down a little bit.
Yeah,
Both are contenders
you have to keep
back
in mind
golf
there
game.
that he had 2 red 2s at the end. If, for all we know, if that was his last 2 cards, that would have been an insane way to stop him from winning that. But
We're firmly
we
entrenched
don't really
in Troll
know.
City. Sandford with a slight lead over Tapir here, but that can be nullified just in one fell swoop very easily.
All right. I mean,
This
we're
is
gonna. This is
very
basically
equal game so
neutralized it.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as Short says, 5-card starts, they either go very short or very long. And
Yep.
it looks like this might be the
Oh,
latter.
he's
Follow-
going
yeah.
aggressive.
It's all about what you get dealt, really, in these low tier. That's how it is.
Wow.
Oh,
He's
Tapir
what
back!
a
Big
play.
ice
Tapir
play!
goes back to red.
It's huge. But did Sanford have back pocket? No.
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 No, we're not finishing.
Really
before
did not
one.
expect
Tapir
Tapir to have
out
more
mind
reds.
game Sandford.
He is playing the games here. Has the reds while Stanford doesn't. Okay, never mind.
Tapir is fully
Now in
committed
Draw
to
City,
these mind
that
games.
challenge is going to be failed, Cesar. There's no way.
That was
Unless
so
someone
good. I
top
still think
decks
that was
3
really
plus
good though,
4s.
because think about it. He forced Stanford to use a wild, and now it's off the table.
And of
so-
course, one of the plus 4s is off the table by virtue of starting on it. So now there's only 3 out there.
Yeah. 9-9.
10-9.
Wow.
now.
10 to
This-
10.
And 10. Super equal game here.
Now we've doubled that
Game
card
11.
start. It's no longer a sprint turning into a marathon.
The most important game of the season for both of these guys here.
Really.
Or not the season, the tournament, my bad.
The tournament.
There's
yeah.
another
Probably-
wild.
For the season, definitely,
I
Sanford
think
would
Tapir
definitely
needs to be
want this
contended
one.
Yeah,
about
for the
this.
season, definitely Sandford.
Yellow 8.
I think-
Okay.
I know. I think Tapir would make it
Here
in
we
Super
go.
League anyways, but
That's a lot. That's all.
We're
for
running
later,
down the
though.
yellows.
So we're in yellow. This is intense moments right here. That's what matters at this time.
this is what Uno
He
is.
goes to
We got
switch into
vintage
green.
Uno bots back for one last series.
But he's
before it
got the
retires.
blue.
Trips.
Oh
Let's see if
my
we can get
goodness.
the Skittles. I doubt it though. Tapir and Sandford
Blue
are
5.
bare bone for red.
6-6. Blue 4. Here with just maybe just a little bit of a run to save up to. Okay, he's got a
Ooh.
double.
Yep.
But like I said, Tapir just needs a little run to really be able to use that power play and finish it all off, but
Lots
it's
of
hard to
table
read if
checks
he's
here.
there or not.
We can tell both of these guys are rattled by the amount of pressure that's on them for this game.
4-3.
Uh-oh, Charles Sandford is typing.
Oh!
Double. Just a quick double.
Big shot. Could be a warning shot.
Tapir, I mean, this is a tough situation, honestly.
We are going to cross 1 a.m.
Up now, 1 a.m. Eastern. We have been on now for 2 hours 45. Anything's really possible. We could hit 3 hours on this one.
Yeah, I think Tapir's got to think here. This is
longest series in league history and no dark to be seen.
so.
Oh!
Let's not. I don't think this
That's
is game.
I don't think this is longest
We're
in league
switched.
history. Here's a
It might
Sandford
be.
draw. Power plays are gone.
Hang on. Hold up, let him cook.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
sets
That's
up his own
crazy.
trips?
Wow.
Wow. That's a very interesting move.
And he uses both his power plays.
3-3. Sandford needs to
Can't take him
maybe
home
think
with you,
about
Sting.
that.
Can't take him home with you. We'll see if that actually makes up for it. Could be a setup here.
Someone else joined. I don't know
Does,
who,
I
but
think.
okay,
Nick
just left
again.
and joined back. 3-3. I mean, this is now power plays are gone. This is going to come down to what is left from these two.
Yep.
I think Sandford
been
goes to
Oh.
Sandford going to
Oh
the
my
question.
goodness!
So I think he had the double on that, but now he's going risky, right? Because
The Tapir throwing the wrench in it again.
yeah, another pressure situation for Tapir. I mean, Sandford once again puts him in that, took both power plays out of him. So really, Tapir's just gotta hope that he has something. And it's hard to read what he has left, but Tapir, I mean, this is going to come down to this move. If he can keep the game alive, he goes back to green.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
No.
Uh-oh. Wait, hang on a
green.
minute. Hang on a minute.
Switch out
Hang on a
was
minute.
On.
The
Let the man cook.
Uh-oh.
Let this
I
man
think
cook.
I expected a trap. Well.
Green 9. It could take a top deck for Sandford. Well, he just got the green 1. Green 5 could be the number,
No,
not
he's walking
the number.
on eggshells. Got to keep that number. It's walking on eggshells for
Green
Tapir.
1.
Wow, Sandford's just
Sandford
been
drawing
so
again.
close for so many
Tapir.
turns. So was Tapir. Both have been very near to zero on multiple occasions. And yet none of them have been able to close it out.
Oh, he's gonna draw.
Oh.
One
He's looking
time.
for something.
Praise to the generator. Main character moment.
There's 2+4s left right now.
Character moment. And they're
There's-
tied
yeah.
at 3 again. Tapir
Okay.
continues. Does Tapir
We
have a
got-
switch?
Imagine Tapir called it. The top deck needed a generator. Imagine he gets it right here.
Is Tapir the main character? Let's find out.
Oh my goodness.
My God!
Is this it?
Wow!
He calls upon the +4 generator gods and eclipses him into the victory.
What the hell?
You gotta, right? I don't know if
Right? Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
GG.
God. I am at a loss for words.
My
I am
God.
also at a loss.
Oh wow. Stanford did everything right,
yeah.
man.
Oh my
Please,
goodness.
generator, one time. Bro as the main character.
No
energy.
way! Oh my
No!
goodness!
You
No!
also drew the.
Oh
Wait,
my God!
Wow!
wait, when was this?
Was that prior to that +4? Sandfer?
Wait, when was that? I'm confused actually.
Sandfer, when did you have those two
Oh,
cards?
oh.
Was that before he hit you with that top
Oh,
deck?
when he power played on
After the blue plus
5,
two. Oh,
right?
after the blue +2. So after his double play. So before the power play. That is unbelievable.
Yeah. So beautiful. He had that last power play. Oh man. So pretty much.
So the power play pays off there.
So if he
Yeah.
didn't save so Tapir saving that power play in game 10 saved him the game.
Yeah,
Wow.
that saved him in the entire series. That got him into the finale. You say, oh yeah, it wasn't a good power play. Well, here's the thing. He wouldn't have been able to top deck that +4 if it not for that power play. That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Aside from the fact that he willed it into existence, that is unbelievable.
Nothing can convince me that Tapir is not the main character of the universe.
Okay. Oh my god. I am...
Luck.
Good luck, Cesar.
This is one of the this has got to be in the Hall of Fame. I can't. I'm gonna be honest.
This was a ridiculous. Let's see how long it was. This has got to be a board series. If it's not a board series, I am dead, because there's no way this is not a board series.
So
you're 7 minutes short of a board game. The
Tapir Nom finale. I mean, this could come down to the winner of this turn. The winner of those between those two could be in contention for number 1.
Yep.
Calling it now. Somehow I'm gonna lose to Lane in the 3rd place game, because that way it just keeps this 4th place thing I've got going somehow. Every person I've lost to has finished 4th up till this point, so
wow.
Go figure. Probably it'll be I finished 4th.
Oh my god.
Since Tapir obviously can't finish 4th.
Yeah, if you made it to the finale, that wouldn't have been the case. So,
because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I have 2 options here. I can split ammo it, or I could play the blue 5 and see what he does. Tapir, if I just play the blue 5, do you power play there or no?
Oh, board series.
That's a good point actually.
It's because we had KT in the booth, hour and a half of other stuff.
Yeah, wait, that's a good point from Sandfer actually, because maybe if he played the blue 5 down to 3, the thing is, because Tapir used the power play on 2 cards in the first power play.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I mean,
so
Tapir, if I just play the blue 5, do you power play there when I'm at 3?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh my good lord. I'm out of words, man. I think there might have been a comeback in there, by the way.
Yeah, just the blue 5. And had the blue +2, yellow +2, wild +4 in my back pocket.
Cesar, I think wasn't game 1 a comeback, or am I tweaking?
Well,
I feel like game 1 was a comeback, but I might be.
I think someone was at 20 something, right?
I feel like that was a comeback.
I don't know if it was the winner.
I gotta look back at table checks.
I think it was Tapir at 21. Yeah, I think it was, but I could be wrong.
I gotta look at. I'm trying to see if I can.
Yeah, Tapir was at 21 in game 1. Yeah.
At that point, I had all green, so I probably
15,
run those down,
19,
and you wouldn't have been.
He was at 21.
Okay,
he was at 21.
So I'm asking.
Yeah, that was in game 1.
So I'm asking if in game 11.
Yeah, that never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 20.
So
yeah,
you would have. You would have swapped to green without playing the power play, or?
That was a long night, nearly 3 hours. I'm dead.
So. Oh wow. It was like catch 22. Like I could do it either way, but oh well.
Well,
and then I would have done +4 into the +2.
Right.
And then I think that
well.
with the mid game breaks, this is like the longest series ever, probably.
yeah, one of the longer side streams, but it's because we had
Yeah.
we had KT questions for half of it, so.
So the funny thing is, to me, the way this series turned out to be was like, okay, this was Sandfer's, like when it went to 5-4 into Tapir's favor, it's like, okay, this is Sandfer needs to clutch this up, and then it went to game 11. Now Tapir needs to clutch it up because the power plays are like he's not using them to finish the game, and it's like it felt weird because like you would think Tapir is the advantage of game 11, but Sandfer like was close to winning multiple times. So like,
Okay, guys. When you need a +4, what do you say? You say, "Please, generator, one time."
well, but Tapir's the one that made that up. I don't know if that's gonna work with everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
well,
Just steal it though. Just steal it.
Okay, look.
Rob his house for the +4 generator.
Okay. It's been a long night. I think we need to get some closing
Yeah,
thoughts.
yeah.
But I'm gonna try and get some closing thoughts here. Sandfer, start with you. I mean, that's a passive bailout. Tough way to go out there. But overall thoughts on the series. That was just a remarkable one to watch. No doubt
fun.
about it.
Yeah, it was fun. It is what it is. Still a good run. Not many people this season that can say they've made Final Four and an Elite Eight. So
Yeah, you did
On the
incredible.
T5.
Like throughout
Yeah.
this series, throughout the tournament, honestly, throughout the season as well, you've done incredible. There's nothing to be ashamed about.
Yeah, and this is a tremendous series tonight for sure. Tapir, final thoughts on the series. I mean, you've kind of given that the best series you've ever played. Just thoughts on anything about Sandfer there. I mean, that's it. You really took it to him tonight, and you got it done. And also thoughts on you had to steal the batteries. Thoughts on Nam as well. In the finale.
Oh boy. Yeah, Nam's the type of player to do that. Honestly, he definitely would.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would steal the batteries. Yeah, but it will be Nam with home field as well, as they're both 6 seeds. Nam the higher 6 seed.
True. Yeah, that's true. Tapir might like that though, because he was on the road with this series.
Yeah, and it'll be the same turn format. We'll get to Pierre's final thoughts, and we'll get on out of here because I have work in the morning. So.
Oh boy.
This is great. Oh
That sucks.
boy.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
it is what it is.
Well, get
It's
a good
the
night's
final
sleep.
four. I
at
had to make any other situation. I probably wouldn't have picked this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad this series ended up being the way.
Brad.
I'm glad this.
Brad, don't miss, man.
Jeez, yeah. I
Brad,
mean,
you don't
I
miss.
don't.
Oh my lord. There's Stanford's quote saying, "Hindsight is always perfect vision. Sure, I could have done stuff differently and won the series, but it's one moment thoughts that do it. Lost games to people doing split ammo, and so it just could have easily been played out differently. And if I did the same thing, I did, and I have no regrets. Maybe the 4th place trend I have means I will finish 4th, but we'll see what happens. Best of luck to Tapir on to the final on T5. We'll just get Tapir's final thoughts. Cesar, if you have any closing thoughts, feel free to share.
Yeah, he might be typing that out.
Yeah, feel free to share, Cesar, if you have any closing thoughts. I'll take whatever you got, if you got anything.
It's hard for me. It's hard to have words here. I mean, this series was just pretty fantastic. I mean, we've had two games from both, where 2 games of Monster Hands, but both it was from each player. So I mean, I feel like this is almost as fair as you can really get in an 11-game series. I really just, of course, when these two go at it, when 2 really good players go at it, it's going to come down to the one wrong move you made. And really, I mean, it's not, you can't be too upset with it because it's just one move, and you know that you would have made it otherwise. That means you were capable of making the finale. It just didn't ended up being the case. So really, I think Sandfer still has a lot to look forward to. I will probably need to try and avoid a round 1 exit in T5 to if he was looking for Super League. I think with the new bodies, he's been looking forward to that, so I think that could help him for sure. Tapir, a great
I guess
win.
the other part that could play differently if I didn't draw the red. If I draw something in yellow, I still win then too.
Wow.
That's what ended up killing it too.
Wow.
Oh, you're right. That's true.
Because the power play draw was a red, and that's what threw it off. Sorry.
I just also because if Tapir went if he went from green, I mean, if Tapir went from green to yellow, you would have won because it would have been yellow plus 2, blue plus 2. But obviously, that would have been the less smart move because Tapir had more greens. But yeah, I mean, that is wild.
Ugh.
For Tapir, I mean, I think getting the win on game 11, the way you got the win, I mean, it was pretty insane because it looked like everything was not going your way in terms of the hands, but you were able to get that +4 when you needed it most. It's kind of like the +4 that when I needed it most in my Final Four against Tagoe. Like it just happens sometimes. And for your case, I mean, I think you and Nam are almost, I would say, almost if not already pretty much safe to be in the Super League. It's just going to come down to
Ranks.
maybe looking for the buy, or if you get this win and then maybe go on a little bit of a run the T5. Like this is just house money at this point. Tapir kind of achieves what he couldn't have achieved in his debut in D1, which is kind of a moral victory as well. So, he has everything to look forward to against Nam, whether he wins or loses. Honestly, like it's just going to be two players with a lot of wins going at it, and one of them's going to win, and one of them is probably going to walk away happy at the end of the day. So,
Oh, yeah. I think they're both happy to have made it this far, and it's going to be a quality win for whoever comes out, for sure.
yeah, I mean, what a wild ride Tapir has had in his MRE career. We'll see if he can get it done. We'll see if he can get it done in the jungle.
Oh yeah.
Who's going to be that one person who survives the jungle? We'll see.
All right. Tapir, here he is. So many thoughts running through my head. Sandfer, crazy good player, had an answer for everything I threw at him, and getting into game 11 with him in the arena is definitely not a surprise. We're in the game. I don't even know what that word is. From 5 to 15 and everything in between. I think he meant gauntlet.
Yeah, gauntlet.
Ran the gauntlet from 5 to 15 and everything in between. And being able to play well on every card to start tier is essential this deep into any tournament. Which we both did. Saw so many different styles on both of our parts for sure, and that's what makes Uno awesome. Lots of switch-ups between color switching, ammo drops, and passive-aggressive play at the same time. Truly a full-body workout, so to speak. So to Sandfer, easily the best series I have ever played, and that's a testament to how good of a player you are. Best of luck in future tournaments. I look forward to playing with you once again. Yeah, and but all these guys here are all Super League contention. Maybe not, at least in this Final Four. Maybe not as much Lane, but definitely the other three, Nam, Sandfer. But Sandfer really did. It definitely would have helped him, but he'll have to get some stuff in T5. Yoshi and Tapir and Nam now.
Yep.
Square off. Thoughts? Got any last thoughts on that finale? I think you kind of mentioned them earlier, but probably just that on the last word as we wrap it up. Gamut is a complete range of something. Oh, I didn't know that was a word. Tapir adding my vocabulary.
So, yeah, Nam and Tapir have seen each other. I don't think they've ever faced each other directly. So that's going to be it's kind of like me and Brad. Well, except I actually did face him in myths once, but that was like a best of 3, so it didn't really mean too much. I don't know. I mean, it's going to be another really good series. I think Nam and Tapir both have looks that we've kind of seen in the past. They've definitely improved from their first. They definitely improved. I mean, Tapir's always, we could always tell he's been this good, but he had to come back after losing to Lane in T3, and he did this in a great fashion. Nam kind of the same thing. We have two players who kind of struggled in T3 and were able to really put themselves in a position where you can't underestimate them into T4, and one of them's going to guarantee themselves in Super League. I mean, I feel like they both are at this point, but can't really say that for certain. Well, I'm excited. Nam and Tapir are going to put up a show. We'll see. I hope it's a closer match than me and Brad. I still think that finale was definitely not. I wouldn't say it was a bad. It just, a 6-2. It's not something you want to see. But I'm just hoping for something more exciting for sure. I mean,
yeah.
I think a lot of people thought that I was just kind of done after I was down like 5-1, I believe. I still enjoyed that series regardless, but I think we want the excitement like we got in this series. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Appreciate you, Yoshi. Appreciate KT for helping out the questions for the first half. We appreciate Cesar as well for logging. Absolute boss, as always. There's your bracket. There's your final four. There's your finale matchup. It is going to be Tapir Nam. Not sure when exactly, but we will find out. We'll probably hit up that third place game between Sandfer and Lane sometime tomorrow. But yeah, that is going to do it for tonight. Congrats to Tapir, shout out KT, Master Chef in the kitchen tonight as he gets the job done against equally Master Chef and Sandfer, also doing tremendously in a great 11-game series. And thanks to everyone who helped me out tonight. Thanks to everyone who joined us in VC, also on YouTube. And to our great players again, Sandfer and Tapir getting the job done. Crazy. It was a work of art, Yoshi, exactly. So that will do it for us. Stay tuned. Keep your ears open for news on when the finale will be. We will get that time worked out within the next couple days. But for now, for all of us at Amarillo, I am not short. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you again for the finale coming very soon.